favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for Chrysler's Make This the Summer event?
Kick summer off right when you save up to $9,500 off MSRP on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitudes. You won't find a better looking, more powerful and comfortable Jeep on the road. There's nothing like moving the family around in luxury.
Those Jeeps look real nice, inside and out.
It's beautiful, but Hoblet is more than Jeeps. Stop by the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter to find whatever you need. With nearly 200 vehicles available and 115 under $30,000, Hoblet needs to be your first stop.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. $9,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude, up to $5,500 factory incentive and $4,000 dealer discount. Incentives include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade-in and $2,000 Make This the Summer event retail cash. 3 of this net savings. Sample VIN 243062. See dealer for details.
Hey there, Mark and Tom, the travel and entertainment guys, brought to you by Sports Leisure Vacations. Time for our weekly travel tip, and with it, and here's Mark Hoffman.
With the news that Wallet Hub has decided the Choice Hotel Group, think quality and comfort inns, has the best hotel rewards program for 2026, I am reminded the importance of sharing the realities of hotel, airline, and other reward programs with you. They are all run by the company that created them. For example, United owns Mileage Plus, Hilton owns Hilton Honors, etc. The ownership puts the company in a unique position of printing and redeeming its own currency. The companies can devalue that currency anytime they wish and regularly do. The hotel that used to cost 30,000 points is now 40,000. The airline ticket you checked out has gone from 38,000 to 75,000 miles. Remember, they make all the rules. My tips: use your points as soon as you can to guard them against being devalued. Avoid cash and points awards unless it's your only option.
More tips to make you a smarter traveler, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Remember the days of real country music? Now you can get your favorite classic country every day on 105.1 HD3 The Ranch. Listen to The Ranch on the free KNCI app or anytime at 105.1 HD3.
Drivers who switch to Progressive could save hundreds just by bundling home and auto insurance, because you can't go wrong saving money. Unless you spend it on a guitar, never learn to play it, but lie and say that you did. Then someone hands you a guitar at a party and asks you to play, so you decide to improvise this.
Well, don't you know that but that's not it. Dreams are fun and also good.
Yep, you can't go wrong bundling and saving money with Progressive. Well, depends on how you spend it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the Drive, baby!
The Drive Guys, Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles. It's drive time with the Drive Guys.
Yeah, just let me start by asking Alan, are you all right? You okay over there?
I'm fine.
Good. Alan was a victim of kind of a drive-by there. He was trying to be a good teammate. Somebody kind of, I don't know, had some choice words for Alan for no particular reason.
Yeah, they thought I was being sarcastic, which I would never do.
Right.
And I just said, hey, great job today. And they said they did not like that I said that. They thought I was being sarcastic.
Right. But you're okay.
I'm good.
You know, that kind of, you're such a positive guy. You're getting ready to do the show, and here we go, and then you get whacked. So, Kind of like what happened to the Knicks last night, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you get punched in the mouth.
Uh-huh.
And that's exactly what happened to the Knicks, and that's exactly what happened to me.
The Spurs just said, hey, bleep you, Knicks.
Pretty much. And I can, I identify with the Knicks on that level. I definitely do. But as the game started, and we were watching it here before we left, this is what we've seen. This is the scary, and there's scary things for the Knicks, and there's scary things for the Spurs, right? I would say the scary thing for the Knicks is this is how essentially every game has started. The Spurs have punched the Knicks in the mouth. Then the Knicks have come back, and, there's been a couple different back and forths, and the same thing happened. So I guess, Whitey, you could say that's a negative and a positive for the Knicks because that's how it's been. But one of these days, the Knicks are going to have to be the ones to say bleep you to the Spurs first, and they haven't done that, which is something to be said because they're still leading the series 2-1 and have 2 wins on the road. But the Knicks have not started out very well any of the 3 games. And they got taken advantage of, or the Spurs just said, we're not going to give it up this time.
I don't know where this series is going to go, but the one thing I know I'll always remember the most about the game last night, and it's not something that's really reflected in the box score, although the Knicks had 20 in the fourth quarter, which is something of an indication of the incredible defense the Spurs had. There were a few defensive possessions. I couldn't believe it. They were all over the place. The Knicks were moving the ball really well, draw and kick, dribble, drive, motion stuff. And the Spurs were right there with them every step of it.
Yeah.
Contesting at the rim. De'Aaron had an amazing block from behind on, I think it was Cat.
It was Cat.
Anyway, at times the Spurs defense last night was, to me, it's like you rarely see that much activity defensively in the NBA. It was great.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where you could ask the question, did they figure something out or did they just play better and play harder? And I don't know. I think what's funny is you could look at the end of that game and say the Spurs could be up 3-0 just because of how things went. It's just those last possessions, that's where the Spurs have been tricking situations off. The last 2 games, that ridiculous shot by Castle, which was a crazy shot, by the way, and I guess maybe they were due, but that ridiculous shot by Castle, the first 2 games, he misses that shot. The Knicks come back, tie it up, and then they end up winning the game. And I'll put De'Aaron out there. In the first 2 games, De'Aaron or whoever takes that shot when at that point the Spurs are up 2, and he misses that midi, and that gives the Knicks an opportunity. That's not what happened last night. The Spurs got up, and they continued to shut the door over and over and over again, and they probably feel like if we had done this, and that's the scary thing for the Knicks, if we had done that the first 2 games and just finished, just closed, we'd be in position to sweep.
Clearly, the Spurs brought more energy and intensity last night. It's one of the things you could just see. The Knicks, it's a tough situation when you're home. It shouldn't be. You're home, and everyone's already starting to celebrate. Knicks fans thought this is going to be an easy series. Now they're back home. This is going to be a party. And the Knicks seem a little distracted like that, and it's just they weren't able to get their work done. And you had Cat was not the same Cat we've seen in this series. Mikal Bridges was like, ooh, what happened to him?
Right.
And meanwhile, the Spurs actually got a little bit more out of the guy that you were taking shots at justifiably yesterday. Keldon Johnson actually wasn't bad last night.
No, look, I tried to tell y'all, Schmal and Miles tried to tell y'all, Spurs, that was the easiest read. The easiest read. The spectacle that was Madison Square Garden last night, the idiot Knicks fans that are beating up Spurs fans. The whole thing is kind of turning into a disaster, but we'll get to that, the idiot fans throughout the show. Keeping it on the basketball court, which was hard to do last night because Cardi B is performing. It was just a lot. That's why I felt like it was so clear the Spurs could focus. The Knicks could not focus. All the different feelings running out. You had my girl, Marissa from Law and Order, Benson. You had Benson out there, Larry David. You had everybody out there.
Larry Johnson, all the Larrys.
All the Larrys without, of course, Spike Lee and the crew. So the Knicks, again, it's gonna feel like I'm flip-flopping today, but I'm really not. I'm just looking at both sides of it, Whitey. If you're the Knicks, you're even looking at this saying it's over. Now we can get back to work. Now it costs you a game, but I think if I'm Mike Brown, I'll say, look, man, that was not even basketball last night. The whole thing, that was the Super Bowl.
But we know what Mike Brown's saying about it.
Oh, well, yeah, we know. And he's playing the game with the foul thing. He doesn't care that Ian O'Connor from The Athletic and certain people are going to bag on him because he's letting it be known.
Coach Brown, when he gets out his laptop, as we know,
right.
Look out!
We see this in the finals almost every year where a team decides we are going to make sure, in the playoffs really, we're going to make sure this doesn't happen again. Look, this is where Whitey kind of the tinfoil hats come out. I know it's only Tuesday, so I guess a tinfoil Tuesday.
Sure.
This is where the tinfoil hats come out, where it's, okay, the ball goes up in the air. The Knicks just defended for 22 seconds. They grab the rebound, and then the whistle blows. That's the type of stuff that's going to make people say, well, what's going on here? And that's what is probably upsetting Mike Brown. And he said, maybe we did foul that much, but it's just, it's weird when the timing doesn't. Then you have that clip with Mike Brown saying, hey, you called it a foul over there, and then you called it a travel on our side. And the ref said, oh, yeah, I did. That's my bad. Like, this is the finals.
Right.
The finals.
I'll say this, though, and I agree with you. And here we are talking about the Spurs rose to the occasion, and the Knicks just didn't have it. That game was up for grabs in the final minute.
Yes.
You know? And it was only a 4-point game. The Knicks nearly pulled that one out, too.
And that's,
so for all
yes.
their issues and their problems, and they didn't do this, and Mikal Bridges, they almost won that game.
Right. And I guess the Spurs would say, well, we still didn't play that great either, but you did get, Whitey, what you were asking for, you did get a masterclass from a Spur not named Victor Wembanyama, and it started while we were still in the building. Mm-hmm. You got that masterclass from Stephon Castle.
Yep.
You know, Stephon Castle was 2 for 5 from 3. He only took 5, but that second one was from Steph Curry land. I mean, he was all over the place. So it's not as if he dropped 40, don't get me wrong.
Because he bailed out their offense again. Their half-court offense, when it's walk it up, need a basket here. Their half-court offense is really iffy. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when you throw it to a guy and he's going to make a 28-footer, okay, that works.
Right. And
it's a bailout.
Well, and I know the Knicks had some bailouts too, you know, throughout this series, but Stephon Castle is a 33% three-point shooter. He just balled out last night. Mm-hmm. That's where you throw out the percentages.
Throw out the numbers.
The statistics. He just said, I'm not losing this game, and I can respect the heck out of it. Honestly, Stephon Castle last night, you know who he reminded me of a little bit, especially with the threes as a real non-three-point shooter? He kind of reminded me of Jimmy Butler last night. He reminded me of Jimmy Butler, how physical he was playing, just that never say die mentality. He reminded me of that Miami Heat Jimmy Butler, and that's why this series is now so fascinating, Whitey, because you truly could sit on both sides and say, this team should feel good about certain things, and this team should feel good about certain things. But if I'm the Knicks, I know there's some conversations going on about lowering the ticket prices. Look, they could try to lower the ticket prices. Obviously, a lot of it is resale now. So I don't even know how much control the Knicks even have. But I don't know how much you saw, Whitey, people saying maybe it wasn't as lit in the Garden as it should have been because the real fans got priced out. Maybe, but at the same time, when you got punched in the face, immediately, it kind of that's why this home court advantage thing, that's how you combat it. You punch somebody in the face immediately.
I know that there's some we're going to touch on. Home court advantage just is not what it used to be in the NBA, and you see it all the time. And it wasn't just last night or this series. It's just, this is a trend that's been going on about 5 years now.
Right.
Home court does not mean it is not as important as it used to be. Not sure why, but we'll look at that. Question for you, Alan, here in the chat from Amadrock. Fresh cut, Alan?
No, it's not fresh cut. I got, so like I tell people, and Jay always getting on me for this, I have these are my hybrid haircuts. You see what I'm saying?
I don't.
So because haircuts, I'm not getting them that often. So in the meantime, I'll do it myself. So
he's kind of right then.
So I did get a haircut, but I cut it myself. It's not official. I didn't go to the barber shop. So this helps me survive until I go back to my barber for the next big event. Probably Summer League. I probably got to rock this until Summer League or something like that.
Okay. 11th North. I can't stand people getting mad at free throws. Sometimes one team fouls more than the other. Similar free throws taken is no indicator at all of a well-officiated game. That is a great point. I agree 100%, but I did think there were a few times last night where if I were a Knicks fan, I'd be going, hey, what is that?
Right. I mean, obviously they missed the mush. They missed Wembanyama mushing Brunson. I know Brunson may have been holding him, his jersey. But just but just in general, when games are that physical, it just becomes very subjective as far as the refs. And if it veers a certain way, people aren't going to like that. Because when you say it's going to be a physical match, how are you now deciding what is too much?
When you were watching and Castle runs over Brunson and they reviewed it, how would you have called that? Do you remember when Brunson's trying to box him out?
Well, I saw people trying to blame Brunson, saying he didn't turn around to be in a box out
position. To me, that was a clear play on. I was glad they came up with, it was contact, but there was no contact to the head. There was no wind up. Two guys ran into each other.
Well, two guys didn't run into each other.
Play on.
Brunson was standing there.
No, Brunson was like,
Brunson was standing there, and Castle said, I'm just going to run through your chest.
Yeah.
But again, that's fine, and it was still called a foul.
Yes, and it was a foul.
It just wasn't very consistent last night. Mm-hmm. Then anybody would be upset about that. Look, the Spurs came out and punched them in the mouth. That's what they did, and that's part of it too.
And then the Knicks slapped them back. That's the impressive thing. Because remember, at halftime, it's like, oh, my goodness. It's gone already.
Right.
The Spurs have let go of the rope. And they came all the way back and won that thing on the road. That was very impressive. That's the one that I think for the Knicks deep down is like, we're still in good shape. Yeah, but what happened to us last night at home? We had a lead.
No,
We let them back in the series.
Yeah, they are definitely back in the series.
We let them off the hook.
Because that's the thing. And if we even move forward, right, let's fast forward. Because you know what everybody's saying now, Whitey? Exactly what I predicted. Knicks in 6. But you know what? The same thing that happened in Game 3, I am now fearful could happen in Game 6. Now, we haven't even played
in Game 6?
I'm just saying, we haven't even played Game 4 or Game 5 yet.
Yeah.
But you win this game in New York for Game 4, and then you go back to San Antonio Game 5, and let's say the Spurs win that game. It's going to be the same situation. Game 6, that city is going to be ready to absolutely erupt. Mm-hmm. And once again, the weight of the world is going to be on the Knicks' shoulders. I know they kept it close, but there's a big difference, Whitey, between keeping it close and winning. They did not win. So I'm looking at this thinking, this is what's supposed to be the best home court advantage in the league is maybe turning into a negative. And that's just how I feel about it. It sounds like the president is not going to be in the building. Shams reported the president won't be in the building for Game 4, but if he's back in the building for Game 6 and it turns into a larger spectacle, if I'm the Knicks, I just want to hoop. And you're just unable to do that because it's New York. That's part of it. But yeah, this home court advantage thing, I know the Spurs lost the first 2, but they're probably thinking, it's going to be so chill when we get to go back to San Antonio. Everyone's going to be, the Knicks too. The Knicks might be like, I'm ready to go back to San Antonio. Much more comfortable. Expectations change a little bit. Knicks are probably thinking, Whitey, I'm being dead serious. Knicks are probably thinking, okay, let's get Game 4 and just close this thing out in Game 5. Mm-hmm. And I know that sounds obvious, but a lot of times people will say, no, I want to win in the city. I wish we won at home. I don't know if the Knicks want to even deal with that. Just go to San Antonio.
Stephon Castle was maybe the most fearless player on the floor last night. That's significant because that's kind of the Knicks' secret elixir. They've been playing like fearless basketball. Mike Brown's been coaching with a fearless style, but last night it looked like it weighed on him a little bit. But they still could have won that game. I think basically they were just beaten. The Spurs had enough. The Spurs figure maybe they're wrong. I agree with them. If these two teams play their best, the Spurs can beat them. And last night I think they just decided we just got to focus on what we're doing. We can beat this team. And, the Knicks had 42 in the second quarter, but they only had 47 total the rest of the way.
Yeah.
I remember weeks ago, if not months ago, and you pointed out when we were talking about the Spurs, you were saying, they don't, what's special about them? Because they don't shoot that well. You were right. And I remember we were talking about, but they get after you defensively. And last night, that's what they did. And that was the key to that win.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to call a player or it's hard to call a team a bully when they were initially the underdog. But last night, the Spurs had been bullied throughout this season or throughout this series a little bit. And last night, the Spurs bullied who had been the bully. And, if I'm the Knicks, obviously this next game is enormous, but I still feel like, hey, we had a good game plan. We played pretty poorly and we were still there. And the Spurs literally were scratching and clawing to do whatever they could. And we almost pulled it out. So both teams should feel really good about where they're at. If the Knicks lose this one, though, it is cooked. I'll tell you that right now. It is absolutely cooked.
By the way, Kimberly says, well, another game helps the league. Money bag.
Yeah.
Emoji.
I'm telling you, 24 free throws to 8?
Oh, really? Is that
a
where
lot.
we're going?
Well, I'm just look. Hey, did you see a grab there? Did Karl-Anthony Towns? Did he grab that jersey a little bit? I mean, there were notes where the Knicks were looking around just thinking, what are we supposed to do? Excuses. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about excuses, fellas.
It's funny how De'Aaron Fox, someone else makes an excuse for De'Aaron Fox. You don't want to hear it. But now you are leading
don't
the
do
Knicks excuse parade.
No. I'm not making
Here comes
excuses.
the Knicks excuse parade. Who's in front?
No.
I think it's Allen.
I'm not leading excuses.
Fresh cut? No, it's one of his hybrid cuts.
No, it's a hybrid cut.
Good.
And it's a hybrid excuse. It isn't. Look, I'm not making excuses for the Knicks. I didn't even bring it up. Kimberly brought it up or brought up the money bag. The Spurs punched the Knicks in the mouth, plain and simple.
Did you really want to talk about the possibility of this being the worst finals defeat ever?
No. If they lose. If they lose the whole thing.
Okay.
If the Knicks lose the series, that is worse.
Yeah, I didn't mean last night. I meant,
that is worse than the Warriors, and it's not close.
But doesn't it depend on how it happens?
No. Okay, if someone gets suspended or injury, but if everybody's at full health, you won the first two at home and lost this, or on the road and lost the series, that is worse than the 3-1.
Yeah, Jay, I think maybe this was rude of me. Alan, you're in the text thread. We're exchanging ideas, and he texted something about if the Knicks lose, this would be the worst loss in finals history. I didn't even answer him back.
I did not.
I didn't know.
What would be worse?
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know what it has.
No, I'm just saying if it happens. I'm already thinking ahead. I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah, that's too far.
You lose this next game, the Knicks, and they are cooked. They're cooked.
What if it goes 7 and all of their losses are by 1 point?
Cooked. Worst ever.
Well,
you think the Spurs have a better team?
I believe so.
The Knicks.
Oh,
okay.
I picked the Knicks to win.
Yeah.
But I think the Spurs on paper, it's close. It's close, but I like the Spurs. Weirdly, they don't play anybody, but I do like the Spurs role players better because I don't know what Mikal is doing like Mikal Bridges, what are you doing? Like what is your job? I have no clue. People at work, hey, what do you do for work? And you don't know? That's Mikal Bridges.
Well,
I don't know
like
what he does.
a lot of people and their parents,
Right.
What's your dad do?
Yeah.
Sell something? Or,
right.
I don't know.
You drop your kiddo off. It's a big house. Hey, what's their parents do?
Yeah.
Mikal got a big house, nice. I don't know what he does, though. I don't know what he does for work. I know what he's supposed to do.
I'll tell you another thing I'll always remember about that game, though, is that shot Brunson made where he got fouled and he was leaning back and he shot it back over his head.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
I know Mikal Bridges, he did have a good game, too. I'm pretty sure he had a good game, too.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges
but last night he looked a little lost.
No, but it's kind of just all or nothing with him.
I think he realizes, man, if we lose, this would be the worst finals loss ever. And I think that realization is...
Well, all those clips of him blowing the 2-0 lead with the Suns. And he said, we got all this work to do. We got all this work to do. And then he don't show up to work. That's the worst type of coworker ever. And we got a lot of work to do. And then you took PTO. We need you out there.
By the way, Jay, we talk about all the former Kings are in the series. And I guess I'd seen him before. I'd kind of forgot. But last night, we saw him on the sideline because he got really angry about something. Corliss Williamson, assistant with the Spurs.
Coach.
Nice to see Corliss out there.
Yeah.
Seeing we ain't seen no HB.
No.
And nobody talking about that.
Was he on the bench? I didn't even see the man.
Supposed to be. Or unless he had PTO.
They have him in a suit. He was in behind.
He and Corliss got the same number of minutes last night.
You and I got the same number of minutes as HB. Somebody 209. Nothing is worse than the Warriors' loss. Not even close. The Warriors were at their peak. Love the show, Eric and Lodi. Eric and Lodi, thank you so much.
73-win team.
Shout out Lodi.
Just short.
If you lose after winning the first two on the road, that's worse. It's worse. Steph can rest. And if you're a Warrior fan, you probably should be rooting for the Spurs.
That's how it happens, Alan.
You're rooting for the Spurs if you're a Warriors fan. Now, we can rest now. We don't have the worst loss.
There have been teams that have been swept. Inexplicably, unexcusably. Get swept. That's a lot worse than theoretically a team winning 2 games on the road and then.
It depends on your definition of worse. That's what it depends on. But okay, choke. It's a worst choke. That's the conversation. What would be a worst choke? Now, we're not there yet. It's only 3 games. I don't know why we're getting ahead of ourselves. I know I'm certainly not. But, hey, Jay, the year just started. We blinked. It's June. Time flies by, Jay.
It's already June. What is it today?
9.
June the 9th.
Insanity.
Will Gottlieb's going to join us bottom of the hour. He covers the Bulls, and he's got some info on the draft. Is there any interesting draft tidbits that you heard today? I know Mikael Brown is being mentioned. Is it Finkelstein who says the Kings are going to take Mikael Brown?
Yeah, that was a bit surprising. I believe he was comparing Mikael Brown and Kingston Fleming's, not even Darius Acuff. But you had your boy Kareem Lopez on Kevin O'Connor's show, and he said that he's about to go work out with the Nets with Nate Ament. So this whole thing is getting flipped topsy-turvy, and I'm just trying to figure out, when are the Kings working out anybody? This whole time we've known everything that the Kings got going, and now that these real workouts are happening, no leaks, no anonymous sources. Well, when's it going down, man?
I don't know. Maybe they don't want to tip their hand.
Oh, now? Now all of a sudden?
Yeah. Also, let's see here. According to CBS Sports, Clippers are expected to bring in Acuff, Wagler, Flemings, and Braden Burries for pre-draft workouts this week. Braden Burries interesting because a lot of people had said, Burries already has a deal with Dallas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if all these players this week, let's use deductive reasoning. If all these players are working out this week with other teams, we could probably assume that the Kings are next, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Think about it. If they coming from where?
L.A.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
Where have they been? On the East Coast.
So now they're making their tour.
Comes around, brother.
Yeah.
Making their tour.
Which is 2 weeks away, Alan.
Yeah, next week is the big week. See, that's Jay. See, this is what people got to do. You got to pay attention to Jay.
Yes, sir.
Because he's giving you something without giving you something.
Without Jay. I didn't realize L.A. is in the West Coast.
Yeah. Western Hemisphere of the country.
Thank you, Jay.
It's like a concert. It's like a concert tour. What makes the most sense? They hit L.A. They hit SF. They hit Sacramento.
Right.
Man, I just looked up, Jay. Chance the Rapper doing a coloring book. Okay, the 10-year anniversary. One of the biggest projects. Going to be out there in Wheatland. So, it's kind of like I said, anniversary. 100. I'm Chance 100 now.
Does he not know you, Alan Styles?
I'm Chance. We still doing 100. Are you worth 100 there, buddy?
Got to pick up the phone and make a phone call,
man,
here, brother.
I got to make some calls to Wheatland.
You definitely do. Telling you the no number, man.
I know. Hey, it's going to say
so
100 on the back.
Number.
I went to a show out there once, and one of the opening acts, I may have mentioned this, it was like there's like 3 acts of the first opener. Between songs out in Wheatland, they were complaining because they said, they told us this place was in Sacramento, so we didn't know it was in Wheatland, and they complained between all the songs. I guess they were late or something because they didn't realize.
Yeah, you got to keep driving.
Yeah.
You got to keep driving.
Kristen Peak with the story. The interesting thing to me about this Clipper report is if it's true, Acuff, Wagler, Flemings, and Burries for the Clippers, that'd be like the Clippers saying, all right, we know who the top 4 are. You guys are playing to be the 5th pick. Let's see what you got.
Mm-hmm. Go out there and show out.
Uh-huh.
I need tape.
Yeah.
I need tape of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see when they get to Sacramento.
So the Kings in good shape at 7, I still believe.
Okay.
Still believe.
All right.
I got somebody coming after me about Mikel Brown Jr. because I don't like the fact that he turns the ball over and someone's coming after me.
Good.
So anyway, Will Gottlieb is coming up next. SHGO writer and host with a look at what the Bulls are doing, how that could impact the Kings as well. It's next on Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Come for the sports talk. Stay for the food critiques.
They make such a big deal out of Whataburger and their little spicy ketchup. Whataburger is the Big Lebowski of fast food hamburger joints. And In-N-Out Double-Double is the Shawshank Redemption of fast food burgers.
And the movie reviews are an added bonus. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA3 Weather Center for your Tuesday, expecting mostly sunny skies throughout the day and temperatures up a little bit, but we're back to what is normal for early June with highs coasting into the upper 80s. We'll have light winds today, but the winds increasing out of the north during the day on Wednesday and Thursday. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Injured at work, slip, trip, or a heavy object fall on you? Fareed Yaguptil, Esquire at DTLA Law Group fights to get you paid while you recover. Don't wait. Protect your rights today. Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit calldowntown.com now. That's Injury Help to 40222. Text rates may apply. Office located at 560 Santa Fe, Los Angeles. Results or outcome may vary. No attorney-client relationship is implied. Visit them at calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Struggling to find your perfect Ram truck? Look no further. Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland has the best selection of hard-to-find Ram heavy duties, and right now you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500s. Your new Ram is waiting at hobletdodge.com.
14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $10,500 dealer discount. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit for eligible upfit, 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade-in. 10% savings. See dealer for details.
Get your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Being on YouTube, we've got our marks and everything's got to line up with the camera. And before we get to our guest here, I don't know if you saw any of the A's last night in Vegas. Jay, the center field camera is not quite in center field. So it's like everything's off. You're not, you have that normal view right center field.
Right.
This is a little bit over in like left center. So like the ABS was all askew. The whole thing was a joke in Las Vegas last night.
We have yet to get to it. I didn't watch a minute of it, but I'm interested to. It sounds like you did.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, you did not. You were not happy with me in crosstalk. I said, "Oh, I never saw that ballpark before. It looked pretty cool."
That's fine. That wasn't really the issue, but we'll get to that. Okay. Right now, though, back to the draft. Nice enough to join us. He's writer and host for CHGO. Will Gottlieb covering the Bulls, the NBA, and the NBA draft. How are you today, Will?
Hey, guys. I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your time. Want to ask you here, is it safe to assume, in your opinion, that unless something unexpected happens in the first 3 picks, the Bulls are going to go with Caleb Wilson?
I think they probably have the easiest choice in the entire draft, maybe like since the number 2 pick or the number 1 pick in last year's draft, where there's 4 players in this draft. You take the one that's available to you at 4 because, like you said, unless something else goes crazy, there's no reason to get too cute with it.
Yeah, well, I just saw what was on social media that you had posted from All City about Nate Ament and the idea that the boom or bust conversation could make him a steal. But there's also been some conversations about the Nets being legitimately interested in him at 6. Do you buy that interest? Because out here, we thought it was just a bit of a smokescreen. But do you buy that Nate Ament could go as high as 6?
It's interesting, right? I mean, they took Yegor Demon last year at 8, and that was kind of a surprise. So it wouldn't be too wild if they did reach for someone like Ament. He certainly got upside, but he's very raw, and the numbers this year in college were really not good. So I think it would make more sense if they did really like him to try to trade down, and there should be some interest there. But this is, to your point, the time of year when teams are really starting to send some smoke signals into the Twitterverse and try to, change the value of different players and see if they can get any bites on other teams trying to trade up or down. So it would surprise me if he goes 6, but it wouldn't surprise me if they have interest in him.
That's Will Gottlieb, lead writer and podcast host for CHGO, covering the Bulls. Obviously, Will, the Bulls and the Kings have some things in common right now, unfortunately, and both are trying to nail their picks here. And then it comes down to how do you rebuild with lottery reform coming? How do we even know what rebuilding the right way is anymore? What's your best guess how lottery reform is going to impact the team building that the Bulls and the Kings and teams like them are trying to do?
It's such an interesting question because we've really never seen anything like this in terms of the league adjusting rules to change how teams build their rosters. So I think the Bulls and the Kings are, to your point, in a similar situation where they don't have a lot of future first-round draft capital from other teams. But they also can't really rely on, manipulating the standings and trying to get up in the draft the way that they could in years past. So I think it's going to be really scouting guys and hitting on the draft no matter where you go. I think that the Kings are in a tough spot here just with their salary cap and not really being able to take on bad contracts. They might have to get off of some guys. But that would be another pathway, I think, for a team like the Bulls, where you have cap space. You can take on a bad contract from another team and get a first-round pick for the price of doing business. That would be the first thing. But I think also you're just going to have to be even more patient. There's a lot of teams right now that go through the 2-3 year rebuild process and then they start to push some chips in. We saw this with Washington last year going after Anthony Davis and Trae Young. They got sick of being bad, and now they're pushing their chips in. It's just going to be harder to accumulate the young players to where you can feel comfortable doing that. And so I think patience and draft scouting are going to be key, but also trying to find ways to get other picks or even other swaps, because just maximizing the value of jumping up, I think, will be really huge.
Do you guys want Zach LaVine back by any chance?
I was thinking about that. The Bulls have a chance to do something pretty funny if the Kings are willing to. Maybe there's a trade down or something like that. But I was out there for the Bulls-Kings game in March, and he was out. So next time you guys see him, you're going to have to say hello for me.
Okay.
Will, we're asking everyone, since the Kings stuck at 7 are in guard world, what's your guard order between Acuff, Michael Brown Jr., Kingston Flemings, and Keaton Wagler?
I think I would go Wagler 1, Acuff 2, Flemings, and then Brown. But it's really tight, and I think team preference and team context will really dictate that. I think Acuff's probably the highest ceiling in terms of what he can do offensively, but just his size and defense is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I like Wagler's ability to play on and off the ball and really shoot it. So I like him. And then Fleming's just being, the one defender of the group that you can count on. But Michael Brown, he's got some real upside too as a scorer. So really talented bunch.
Mm-hmm. Will Gottlieb is with us from CHGO. Scott Perry says that he's trying to build a team around what he calls the 6 pillars. And I know the Bulls GM, Bryson Graham, leans on, and I saw this on your site here, he leans on slap traits. What in the world are slap traits?
We were kind of taken aback by that one too, but it's really stuck with the fan base. Size, length, athleticism, physicality. So there you go. You can look back to his draft pedigree from New Orleans, getting guys like Dyson Daniels and Herb Jones. I think that's the type of player that he's into.
Mm-hmm. There you go, Alan. Slap traits.
All right. Will, some of the other names that have been brought up, I saw Dalen Swain and how he could be, just a perfect type of player for today's game. I've been trying to convince my partner over here that the Kings should trade down, and we haven't been able to convince him yet. No. But if the Thunder are interested, Will, do you see that much of a drop? From what we've heard, there's a drop after 4, there's another drop after 7 or 8. But in my opinion, you already missed out on the 4 big boys. Why don't you just trade with the Thunder? You need a lot of help. We don't know what's going to happen next season because of the lottery, and this is a loaded draft. Why don't you just go get 12 and 17, and maybe you could even get a player as well from the Thunder. They got too many roster. They don't have enough roster spots anyway, and you give up 7. Am I crazy, Will?
Honestly, I don't hate it. I would want more than 12 and 17. I think you might be able to get it just with where they are. You maybe rope in a third team and you can have them offload some salary. Maybe the Bulls will be there trying to get a pick for that. But yeah, I think with them, they're just so far away that getting as many different bites at the apple is probably the path to go. But if you feel like Darius Acuff, who's there at 7 for you guys, is going to be that guy, I think you probably got to go for it. So it's just really what's the cost-benefit analysis of what can you get in a deal versus how good is the guy that's available and how confident are you that he's really going to hit.
Will, what's your best guess? I know nobody knows, but do you think Acuff will be there at 7 for the Kings?
I'm leaning no. I don't think it's impossible. I'd probably put it at like 55, 45 that he's not there, just because he is such a high-level talent. Mm-hmm. I don't think he really makes sense with the Clippers, but maybe they trade the pick. And then the Nets, obviously, they have taken a bunch of guards, but maybe they just don't really like him or they prefer somebody else. So I think it's certainly a possibility, and it sounds like the Kings have some interest in him, but I wouldn't say it's likely.
Will, is there anybody outside of the top 4 that you would trade up for? Now, I know it would depend on the cost, but for example, last week we saw a mock trade between the Clippers and the Kings would move up to 5. They would get a pick swap, but it would be protected within the top 3 with the Clippers. My partner said no, but to me that felt like, not a crazy gamble if you like Acuff that much. But do you think anybody is worth even more than that to move up outside of the top 4?
So it'd be a protected pick from you guys next year going to the Clippers? To
the Clippers, yeah.
I don't love it just because I think they're not quite ready to start pushing guys in. But again, if you really feel like Acuff is that guy, then I do think it might be worth it. I'm a big fan of Adai Mara, though. I think I'm probably higher on him than most people. And I would be pretty happy with him if he falls to 7 because he can really change your defense. You always have to be careful about centers playing big minutes and health and all that stuff. But just the way the league is going, having that sort of rim protection, he's also a fantastic passer. I think he could be somebody that kind of transitions your team away from the Sabonis, Levine, DeRozan era into more of a defensively oriented team that could help, support the rest of the group as you do navigate these lottery reform rules where you just do not want to be in the bottom three.
Will Gottlieb from CHGO covering the Bulls. Will, thank you very much for your insight and your time. We enjoyed it. We appreciate it. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Yeah, happy to come on again. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Will.
Man, Alan, my partner said no. My partner didn't want to do anything. My partner. My partner.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's how you sound.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's like the womp, 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 womp,
womp. The opener of the A's Vegas series was an outright joke, and the joke is on A's fans. That's next. Sactown Sports.
The top young talent in the NBA is headed to Sacramento this summer for the 8th annual California Classic presented by Ticketmaster. The Kings will host the Milwaukee Bucks, Brooklyn Nets, and Golden State Warriors in a preseason showcase that's sure to bring more fireworks to your 4th of July weekend. 3-day general admission passes for July 4th, 5th, and 6th are available now. Visit kings.com/California Classic for details.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
The Steel City comes to town as the A's host the Pittsburgh Pirates for a thrilling 3-game series starting Monday, June 15th. Kick off the week with an exciting Monday matchup, followed by special theme nights and exclusive ballpark giveaways all midweek long. Don't miss your chance to catch rare interleague action right here in Sacramento, where the A's take on the Pittsburgh Pirates starting Monday, June 15th. Get tickets now at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Emran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect! Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Remember the days of real country music? Now you can get your favorite classic country every day on 105.1 HD3 The Ranch. Listen to The Ranch on the free KNCI app or anytime at 105.1 HD3.
MoonPay X Games Sacramento 2026 is taking on Cal Expo this summer. Catch live music performances and more than 100 top skate, BMX, and Moto X athletes compete. June 26th through June 28th. Get your tickets now at xgames.com.
It's time for your Sactown Scouting Report, breaking down the top prospects for the Sacramento Kings ahead of the 2026 NBA Draft.
LeBaron Bailon Jr., point guard, Alabama.
LeBaron Philon Jr. might be the guard in this range that nobody's talking about enough. There are louder names in the class, but Philon brings real creation, pace, pull-up scoring, and enough playmaking to make you wonder if he belongs in that same conversation. I took a look at if he's a legitimate option for Sacramento at 7 or more of a trade-down candidate.
Read the entire breakdown from Brendan Nunez right now at SactownSports.com. Presented by Power Business Technology. Copiers and printers for all your office needs. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Little Alice in Chains, huh? Rooster. That's a song about a sniper in Vietnam.
That's right.
The Drive Guys. Big Alice in Chains fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains.
Oh, boy. Like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
One time at it was the San Diego Super Bowl between the Raiders and Tampa Bay, which I'm sure as a Raider fan you remember well, and I don't mean to dredge up unpleasant memories, but during the media scrum, John Ritchie was sitting there, and there's like me and this other writer, and I asked him, what would be your soundtrack for playing in the Super Bowl? And he's like, and I said, that's kind of a dumb question, and he goes, no, it's a great question. I'm trying to think about it. And I mentioned that song, Rooster, and he said, yeah, and he mentioned a bunch of songs. The other writer was from USA Today and wrote a whole column on it.
Your question.
Yeah, whole thing. This is John Ritchie's soundtrack.
Who was it? Wow.
I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. I don't know.
Okay, so, should I say this or not?
I don't know what you're going to say.
No. So when I first came out here, I hadn't been in a lot of situations because, I was a fill-in host, right, at the former station. So I went to a couple games, but I wasn't at every game the way I was the first year I was out here. And something happened where I basically was trying to figure out, hey, what is the etiquette on that? If you take something from someone else's question and you put it on Twitter or whatever, how do you then reference that, right? So Whitey, you know me. I took basically a poll talking to other members of the media right here in Sacramento, and because I wanted to post something and put something out. The consensus was, oh, you don't have to say anything.
You don't have to, but you still could, right?
But it was more, hey, no, it's free game. If once they answer, you don't have to do it, right? Now, depends on who it is. Long story short, it happened. I didn't say anything because I was greenlit from about 4 or 5 media members, and the person that asked the question said, no reference? I thought I didn't have to. Sorry. I thought I didn't have to. So I don't know what the rules are on that.
Yeah, I don't know. But you always can.
Right.
So what did you say? Did you say, I really didn't know what the rules were on that?
I just tagged them I said, question asked by blank.
Yeah.
But I tried to do the due diligence. Jay, did you hear that?
No.
Okay, you're in the room. You're in the media room. Everybody's asking questions, right? You take an answer from a question and you post it on social media.
Your own social media.
Your own social media.
That another person asked, another reporter?
I asked people within Sacramento media, hey, just double checking. Do I reference this or do I just say?
I don't think he asked me, Jay.
I asked you. Long story short, I didn't. And that person hit me and was like, yo, no reference?
Really?
Yes.
I've seen it go both ways.
Okay.
I've seen it a lot of times where people, how many times do we see a player or a coach or someone that we're paying attention to and we just get the answer? We don't know who asked the question. Mm-hmm. So I've seen it multiple ways. Mm-hmm. So don't feel bad. And whoever that was, come on, do better.
And then I had to follow up with everyone. And a lot of people were saying, no, you're good.
Nah, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but you always can. But you might have to, yeah.
It kind of convolutes the post, though. asked by blank. Just say
Or
just say it.
if anything, you include the question.
Right.
Like, that's the way to go about it.
Great question by blank.
Yeah, that's weird.
Here's it.
See, the John Ritchie thing with me, I think, was a little different because it was not just, hey, who's going to win the game?
Right.
Like, yeah, but
and no reference.
Yeah.
You deserved a reference.
Was it a man or a woman?
It was a man, and honestly, I'm not covering. I don't know.
I
could
think
look it up.
know.
I don't know who it was. I don't know.
You have the article on your phone.
02? Was it 02?
Yeah, we can find it.
Let me think about it.
You could probably find the article.
Yeah.
John Ritchie's Super Bowl soundtrack. Yeah, you could probably find it. Yeah.
I'm not going to say the name.
So you guys didn't watch the
I will.
First game of the Vegas series last night, huh?
I saw the highlights, but I did not watch the game.
15-14 in 12 innings. There were 16 ABS challenges. That's a record for this year. Obviously, it's the first year they've had it. 441 pitches in the game. That's the most we've had in a game this year. Time of game, 4 hours, 14 minutes. That's a record for this year. Longest game of the year. 11 home runs. It was a joke, Jay. I've already talked to Alan about this. That's why I tell Jay. It was 14-13 in the 10th, and Jonah Heim, the ace, hits a fly ball, and the catcher, Contreras, gets up out of his crouch and pumps his fist because he knows that's a flyout. We've won the game. It goes over the right field fence for a game-tying home run.
It was crazy.
Bandbox. The ball carried and carried and carried. They had 8,519. Oh, Vegas can't wait to get. I don't blame Vegas fans. They had nothing to do with this. But, they get to Vegas, man. They can't wait to get their team. They had 8,519 fans there, Alan. I have no problem with you saying, I like the ballpark. That's beautiful. But this whole thing is just a joke. The A's,
what is upsetting you the most?
Just the fact that you've got a team that doesn't have a home. If they're going to be the Vegas A's, why can't they play there where they played last night? Why can't they play in Vegas?
Right.
They're in limbo for 3 years, 4 years. And then you under the conditions of, last night, it was great atmosphere. It was barely Major League Baseball.
Right. Yeah. And like we've said, they clearly don't care that much about how the team performs.
They don't care at all.
No, because you don't do this to your team and have them running around doing all this stuff. It's not the same as when they go overseas to Japan and it's a clear cut. This is why we're doing it. This is not the same as that. This is, they're already in a minor league ballpark. So now you're taking it to another minor league ballpark. It's just a lot. And I understand why they're doing it or why they feel like it's probably a smart thing to do, but it just puts the actual baseball on a complete back burner.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a team that's halfway decent, but I'm starting to, the more I watch the A's and start to get excited, I realize maybe I'm an idiot if I care because the people that run it don't care if they win this year. Why should I care? Players do, I know. Poor Mark Kotze, he's getting all these questions. What about playing in Vegas? He's like, we're not going to be here for a few years. This is great to be here, blah, blah, blah. But we're really focusing on the day-to-day, putting him and his players in an almost impossible position.
Yeah, I think that's a good question, them choosing to do it now. So let's say, obviously, the next season comes about. Are they going to go back to Vegas? Is this a thing that here's our pilgrimage to Vegas every year before we just go out there?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
why not?
It would make more sense the closer
series.
It gets. It makes more sense the closer they get. It made less sense to do it now.
Everybody that came in, I don't know how many they had. I don't know how many they gave out before they ran out. But they gave everybody A's jerseys. So you watch the game, everyone's wearing an A's jersey. Man, they really support the team. I think there may have been more Brewers fans there than A's fans.
Nah,
in
they
reality.
had the jerseys.
But people wearing I got a free jersey.
That 28 on the back.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, and they love their A's there. They can't wait to get that team there.
Yeah.
My bleep and bleep.
Well, I do wonder now, once the noise, or as the noise kind of cools off from the Sacramento pitch, shout out West Sacramento, because obviously there's still a lot of time in between when that actually happens. I wonder if the crowds in Sacramento are going to change it all once A's got to keep winning games, but as the separation begins between the A's in Sacramento and, hey, we're getting ready for our own team and, hey, we're getting ready to go to Vegas, I do wonder if fans will still be out there supporting throughout the season. They're going to have to win games in order for that to happen.
What a mess the whole thing is. What a mess. When we come back, could the Kings trade down and still land the most underappreciated guard prospect in this draft? What? We'll look at that next. Sactown Sports.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Come for the sports talk. Stay for the food critiques.
They make such a big deal out of Whataburger and their little spicy ketchup. Whataburger is the Big Lebowski of fast food hamburger joints. And In-N-Out Double-Double is the Shawshank Redemption of fast food burgers.
And the movie reviews are an added bonus. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. We all get distracted when we drive, whether it's from our phones or kids in the backseat bickering. But how we handle these distractions can be a matter of life or death. Before you get on the road for your next road trip, please put your phones on silent and take a mental note to focus on driving.
Paid for by NHTSA.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
It's been a tough Saturday on the lake. I ordered swim trunks in this orange cream color, but it's actually more orange auburn. Oh, and it's swimwear. I probably can't even return these.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Sacramento. Get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back on Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power in Road for crazy deals on Milwaukee tools. We're talking 20% off all Milwaukee Packout, hand tools, and tool accessories. Free goods and dollars off your order and certain spend amounts. And overall insane deals on Milwaukee batteries and Bear tools again. June 12th from 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and June 13th from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Adam Johnson here with Golf Fitness Solutions. If you want more distance, less pain, better mobility, and a body that holds up for 18 holes, come see us. We're expanding in Carmichael, and you're invited to our grand opening party on June 13th from noon to 4. Tour our new space, meet the team, try the simulator challenge, see if you can make a hole-in-one, and learn how golf-specific training, stretching, massage, and assessments can help your game. Call 916-802-5175 or visit us at golffitnesssolutions.com for more information.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
The most underappreciated player in the NBA draft could be available for the Kings with a trade down. We'll look at that in just a second. Before we get to that, how's 2021 coming along? Alan's working on a song, or at least I'm trying to get him to work on a song. I'm a rap song about how the Giants are struggling and they're not very 2021-y, because that's a phrase that he trotted out last week, and honestly, I think it's brilliant. Like, he's a 2021-y. I was like, that's awesome. So it's got to be a song. How's it coming?
It's coming along. We're working on 2 songs right now. We have a draft song that we're working on.
Is that the parody of an existing song?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we have 2 songs we're working on right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that one's more timely, of course. So
Yeah.
I got to get that one. I got to get that one done.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to work on it tonight.
Okay. Yeah. So you got, man, at Style Studios, things are just happening.
Yeah.
Woo!
You know, it's just like you imagine. Just it's popping in the studio. You know, celebs coming through. Everything that you could imagine. That's not happening. But in my mind, it is.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it is. Yeah.
Good. All right. I'll look forward to that. 2021 is, whether you ever do anything with it or not, it's just such a great phrase.
Well, they're definitely not 2020.
They are not. I turned it off last night, Alan. I thought, I was watching the A's or something else. They took the lead in the 8th inning. How stupid is this? I thought, okay, well, they're probably going to win that game. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me?
Yeah, they're just getting started.
Yeah.
They're just getting warmed up. Well, and the crazy thing was about last night and the decision to pitch to C.J. Abrams. If you remember, over the summer, it was real hot for about a week that the Giants were going to try to trade for C.J. Abrams and move him to second before they signed Luis Arise, and the Nationals apparently just wanted too much. So they can sit there and say, you sure that price tag was too much? San Francisco? Because he looked good, man.
Yeah.
He looked good.
You know who else looks good, according to our friend Brendan Nunes? Brendan Nunes has his Sactown scouting reports. They come out every week on Tuesdays. And then what does he have on Thursdays? He has Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah. The overlooked upside of LeBaron Fallon Jr.
Yeah. Finally.
Yeah. You've been telling us about LeBaron Fallon for a long time.
Yeah.
You've been raving about raving? Is that too strong a word?
I think I left that world because I didn't really hear anything. Doesn't seem like the Kings have a ton of interest, at least not reportedly. But as a player, just objective and without any connection to the Kings, I just really like his game. I just really like how shifty he is.
Now, you probably could get him. You could probably trade down, depending obviously on how far down you trade. You could probably trade down and still have a shot at him.
I think so.
I am not in favor of the trade down.
I know.
As much as you continue to hammer that. Hammer it. But I could see why you'd be tempted to do it if you thought you could get him. The thing that stands out, as Brendan points out in his outstanding scouting report, SactownSports.com, about Fallon, is that tremendous handle.
Yeah.
Tremendous ball handler.
Right. I mean, I know this is an overused term, but it's very classic, the plays at his own pace thing. The plays at his own pace. That's what it is. He kind of dictates, what's going to happen on each and every possession.
One of the criticisms of him is that the system really was built around him. And not that he was a product of the system, but he might not be as effective in a system that wasn't as what, Alan? As heliocentric. That's one of the criticisms of him. Also, he's not that big. He shot the ball well last year. The year before, he had not shot the ball well. So, that's always something of a question mark. I just think the other 3 point guards that we've been talking about are probably better. You never know, but I'm pretty confident that Philon is just not going to come into play for where the Kings are. He may be a really good player somewhere, but I don't think the Kings can spend too much time looking at him, given what else is available and where they are picking.
Yeah, it's just tough with the position that you're talking about as far as the point guard. As much as I would like the trade down, if you had any version of a Kingston Flemings, Darius Acuff, Michael Brown Jr. in front of you, and you didn't take them, traded down, and they end up being who a lot of people think they're going to be, and, Philon is fine, and whoever you get with that other pick is fine, then you wouldn't be able to live with that. It's interesting, though, Whitey. It probably costs you a bit more. But we talk so much about the Thunder trade at 12 and 17.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the Hawks would be interested in. If you had a deal with the Hawks to where the Hawks move up to 7, but in order to move up to 7, they lose their 23rd pick. So you'd have 8 and 23 instead of just having 7. If you're already now maybe the Hawks say, well, no, there's nobody we want that much, but and there's no threat of the Kings taking a Demara. But if there was someone that the Hawks wanted, would you have that conversation?
That would be almost too good to be true. Move down one spot and get an extra pick in the first round just for moving down one spot?
Well, maybe you'd have to give something.
That would be, yes. Yeah.
Maybe you'd have to give something in the future, but the whole kind of shtick is that this is a better draft than the future drafts.
Brendan's our guy, right?
Yeah.
What is this? He says some evaluators view him, Philon, as an advanced processor with legitimate lead guard vision. Others see a scoring guard who reliably makes the available pass without consistently manipulating the second level of defenses. To be honest, I'm not quite sure where I land. Come on, Alan. What?
He's still evaluating.
Leaving me somewhere in the middle.
He's still evaluating.
But leaning more towards believing the potential exists.
Right.
I rely on him to know how to think about these things. Yeah, I'm kind of not sure, guys.
You don't have to choose a side, though. I don't think you have to choose a side when you're not supposed to go top 10. I think those guys that are in the top 10, you kind of got to choose a side. But the guys that are under 10 and just the rest of the first round, that's why they're not in the top 10. That's exactly why. Because people haven't been able to decide what the heck they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of it.
He may be more of a 2 guard to me, maybe. And he's 6'2.5". Yeah, a good player. If I were picking lower, I'd be looking at him. But where the Kings are, I wish him the best. And I'm looking forward to seeing him play. As I said, incredible handle, but he's not on my list if I'm the Kings.
Well, you don't want to trade down.
Not on my list.
Yeah, you don't want to trade down.
Some people say, I don't know how to feel about him. I know how to feel about him. He's not on my list.
I like him. It just feels...
You've always liked him.
Yeah, it just feels like... The more we continue to talk about this, it just feels like the Kings want somebody like Kingston Flemings. Because if you ask me, I think that Philon and Acuff are kind of similar. So... unless you think, obviously, you believe that Acuff is going to be much better than Philon. But if I was in that situation, I would say, look, we could get another pick, and we think that Philon is comparable to Acuff. But based on the dinner, wherever it wasn't at Burger King, but if you like your point guard to just be pretty prototypical, then yeah, Kingston Fleming is going to be your cup of tea, not Philon. But honestly, also not Acuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought we pretty much knew where we were, which is dangerous to do 2 weeks out. But I agree with the notion that, okay, the Kings will probably take Acuff if he's there. If he's not there, they will take Flemings. But now we have, is it Mr. Finkelstein, who says,
yes,
in his mocks, which supposedly is based on more than just, well, this is what I would do, he's got them going Michael Brown Jr. I don't know if that's just somebody who, hey, I'll throw a wrinkle into it because everything seems to be going the same way. I'll get more attention if I do it a little differently, or if he legitimately thinks Michael Brown Jr. is in play for the Kings. I'd be a little surprised by that. Like I said, there's somebody on X who's trying to convince me that I'm wrong about Mikel Brown Jr. I like the other two better. I like them more than him.
Yeah.
Flemings and Acuff.
Right. So basically the assumption is that Acuff would already be gone because he has Acuff going to the Nets. So the conversation is between Mikel Brown Jr. and Kingston Flemings.
Right.
So he says the Kings are
Good point. Yeah.
the Kings are always a wild card. They've been linked to Acuff, and the assumption is if he's on the board,
See, there it is again. That's these draft and NBA pundits. They always they want to come up with something crazy. The Kings are always a wild card. Sorry, go ahead.
The Kings are always a wild card.
Yeah.
They've been linked to Acuff, and the assumption is if he's on the board, he'll be the pick. In this scenario, it's a choice between Brown and Flemings, and of those two, Louisville, the Louisville product is the one who seems to be generating more buzz in the pre-draft process.
Seems to be generating more buzz. There's really not a lot there.
Not done yet. Brown is incredibly skilled, has complete control of the ball, is a pinpoint passer, and much better shooter than his numbers showed at Louisville, and impressing teams when he gets face-to-face with them.
Okay. That's all solid. I'm concerned with his assist-to-turnover numbers and some of his decision-making. If he's
small sample size.
Run the show.
Yeah, small sample size, though. Could have looked better if he finished the season.
And to me, the intel that we're getting, and it's very sparse across the board, the intel we're getting that suggests the Kings like Flemings to me is more convincing than, this guy's generating more buzz and the Kings are a wild card.
Yeah.
So that's the way I interpret it. Obviously, we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, it's not specific enough.
I think it's Acuff if he's there, and if it's not, it's Flemings. What do you think? Kings get to 7, it's Acuff. If he's not there, it's Flemings. And if neither one of them is there, then I'd think it would be whoever dropped out of the bunch of, what'd that be, Wagler or whomever.
No trade up.
No.
Just who's left?
Please, no.
No trade up. Yeah, I mean, that's what your answer or what you've laid out is clearly the
it seems to be where it is.
Yes,
yeah.
Clearly what the reports have been saying. So
makes sense to me. What doesn't make sense to me is something that you sent a couple days ago. I mean, I want to believe it, but you sent something about the most talented rookies of the last season or the most skilled rookies of B-Ball Index. This is incredible.
Yeah, this is from B-Ball Index, and we've had B-Ball Index on before. You can go check them out. Industry-leading basketball data and tools on our website. Data that speaks basketball. So B-Ball Index has top 5 first-year players in overall talent. You're probably wondering, Alan, what is overall talent? Well, I'm going to tell you. Our overall talent metric works by combining a multitude of offensive and defensive metrics from our database. It aims to provide a value for a player in a neutral context, regardless of teammates or situation.
Okay.
Coming in at number 5 with 0.8.
This is all rookies.
All rookies.
Okay.
Coming in at number 5 with a score of
Maxime Reynaud.
0.8. Colin Murray Boyles.
All right. Okay.
Coming in at number 4.
Maxime Reynaud.
At 0.9. Cooper Flagg.
At number 4?
Number 4. At number 3, and I don't know if this kind of throws things off here. At number 3, at a 1.0, Javon Small.
I'm sorry, what now?
Javon Small from the Grizzlies.
Okay.
And just real quick on
this is
him.
Getting sideways on us.
Yes. He was drafted in the second round.
This is B-Ball Index, the most talented rookies.
Most talented first-year players, yeah.
Cooper Flagg is 4. So we're up to number 2.
Number 2, Con Kneppel with a score of 1.1.
All right. Okay, so now we've got some sense of order restored. But who's number 1? Who could it be? Is it Maxime Reynaud?
Is it Dylan Harper? Is it any of those guys?
Has to be, right?
It is a Dylan. Number 1 with a score of 1.2, Dylan Cardwell.
What?
Dylan Cardwell.
According to B-Ball Index, the most talented rookie of last year?
Yeah.
Okay, I love Dylan Cardwell. He signed that jersey for me right there. He said, shout out 1140. But what does that mean? I know you just kind of ran it down already.
Our overall talent metric
Okay.
works by combining a multitude of offensive and defensive metrics from our database. It aims to provide a value for players in a neutral context, regardless of teammates or situation.
Okay.
So basically, whatever, because they'll come up with their own metrics. They're very open about this. So the metrics that they use, offensive and defensive, they have kind of cooked up what makes sense, and that's what it spit out. Here you go, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
This should help you. It's the same thing, but this is, it says these look at per possession numbers. That's something else that they brought up as well.
Right. So it probably gets pretty granular.
It's super granular.
With the analytics.
Yes. This is the type of stuff Kyle Ledbetter just loves, right?
Yeah.
But top 5 second-year players and overall talent.
So some of this stuff is probably small sample size, but the people that did it are like, we don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
5, Keyshawn George. 4, Zach Edey. 3, Donovan Clingan. 2, A.J. Mitchell. And 1, Stephon Castle. And he won by he was number 1 by a lot. So we'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it. Not sure what to do with it, but we'll take it.
When you look at the Kings center situation, we don't know what's going on with Domas. I heard somewhere that they might be looking to move him or open to moving him. Then you have...
Hey, aggregate that.
Yeah. Second team, all rookie Maxime right now. Dylan Cardwell, B-Ball Index says, most talented rookie in the class. Then you have the fact that the Kings probably will have a shot at a Damara, and our guest that we just had, Will Gottlieb, says, he's going to be really good.
Right.
I don't think the Kings have any interest in him. I'm starting to think maybe they should, Alan. And I know that position now, they got a lot of guys there.
Mm-hmm.
But Damar, the more I think of it, I think, man, I think he's really good, and I think he's going to be a really good NBA center.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's
he
interesting.
Can defend.
Yeah.
He can pass.
Well, because you even brought up the second round and when they work out centers that we've seen.
Yeah.
Even that conversation and the idea of taking someone in the second round, to me, I'm thinking, really? But on the other side, are you ready to put all your eggs in the basket? Not even Domas, because that's a separate conversation. Because if you move Domas, you ain't moving him for a center. So are you ready? Are the Kings ready to put all of their eggs for the center position in the baskets of Dylan Cardwell and Maxime Renaud?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just looking at it at first blush, you'd have to think, wow, that would make sense, right?
It does feel a little premature, in my opinion. I mean, Dylan, we don't know how much he would have improved. He missed a decent amount of time towards the end of the game. I don't know. I don't think you can make any of these decisions off of whatever last season was.
Tortilla Jackson. Mara's wingspan is like 7'7".
Yeah. You can't do it simply because you need that point guard. At least they believe they need that point guard. But on the flip side of it, Whitey, when you talk about the second rounders and things like that, maybe even that pick number 34, I don't think you can sit there, watch this season where, and I know we argued for Maxime to be all rookie, and it would have been nice if he was first team all rookie, but we'll take it. But the idea that you're going to pass on these guys because Dylan Cardwell and Maxime Renaud had good seasons, abbreviated season for Dylan Cardwell, but good seasons amongst a terrible collective season. I just think if you like a center enough, I don't know that the Kings are sure that those two centers are your centers for the next 5 years.
Well, I think the way you're looking at it is kind of counterintuitive for a fan, but it's also you're looking big picture. You're looking long term.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think most fans, and I include myself in this, we want to look at it like, all right, let's get this done as soon as possible. Oh, you got a couple centers there. They're very promising. All right, that's taken care of. And you're saying, well, you don't know that yet, so you got to look at everything going forward. I'll say one thing that may help the Kings out if they are interested in moving Domas, and Will Z had this at SI.com. the free agent crop of centers this year does not overwhelm you.
Right.
So if there are teams out there looking for centers, they won't have as much available as they would hope free agency-wise, so they may come around to the Kings if they're interested in Domas. That may work in the Kings' favor, maybe not, given how much he makes.
Right. It's not a reach, but, we can only hope that it actually matters because it's possible it doesn't.
Look at this. Red and gold one. I like Mara. No, I don't think Cardwell and Maxime as our only big options is a good idea.
Yeah.
Look at this.
It's just too soon. No type of high leverage games were played, right? They basically played a bunch of games where everybody was hoping that they lost. Well,
everybody was hoping they lost, they would lose, but they actually tried to compete. But you're right. I accept and understand your position.
Like I don't know what it's going to look like next season. Well, they still have Domas, but if they move Domas tomorrow and they said, "Hey, we're moving forward with Maxime and Dylan Cardwell," I have no clue how much better or how good the Kings are going to be.
Heaven forbid you're talking, I know I haven't mentioned this in a while, about Eric Paschall syndrome, where Eric Paschall one year when the Warriors won 15 games, and I was doing post-game stuff, pre- and post-game stuff, so I'm talking about the Warriors. People go, what are you talking about the Warriors? Eric Paschall that year, they won 15 games. He was second-team all-rookie. It's like, okay, they got a player. He got to play a lot. They kind of built some things around him that year, and he hardly had an NBA future after that.
Yeah.
He hardly played the next year. They ended up trading him to Utah because he was good friends with Donovan Mitchell, and they were happy to be together, but he just couldn't play. But that first year, it looked like, ooh, they've got a guy out of all this.
Right.
So you just don't know.
Right. Like you said, the Warriors were not good.
Right.
So I just think that athletes in general will never admit it, but it is different when you're facing a team that is not good. And how they're how you defend them, all of it. It does matter.
But Max rebounds and he's skilled. I don't know.
Max, again, to me, Max is going to be in this league for a while. And I think that Dylan Cardwell has a role, but I don't know if the combination of them is a good enough center package for your future. I don't know. I think they're going to play. I think they're NBA players.
To your point, it's probably a no. Right now, I'm sure Scott Perry looks at it and goes, that's nice. That's great. But we just have to wait and see still.
Right. But if you see somebody in this draft, again, better draft, and there's a center there, you are not in a position to, in the second round, right? You're not in a position to say, oh, well, we're not going to take that center because of Maxime and Dylan Cardwell.
Yeah. Well, but I think you're right. They're not even considering a center at 7.
No.
Second round, we know that they've had people in, as you said. They've had a number of centers come in to work out for maybe second round, or maybe they sign undrafted signings. But they feel comfortable enough about the center position in the short term to say Mara is not a guy we're considering at 7.
Right.
Or so it would appear. And it looks like maybe the whole league, even the people like Mara, think that 7 might be a little high for him. We'll find out soon enough.
Terrace Reed Jr. sitting there at 31. If he drops, he's right now supposed to go to the Knicks, but he's out of UConn. I do know they do not need to take no Luigi Suigo. I do know that.
I've seen him linked to the Kings in a mock or two.
I've seen him play. And that is not it at all. I don't even know.
You saw him play?
I mean, I grinded the tape, and I'm looking at it thinking, this brother got to go back to school. I know he's not even in school, but it's not yet.
I feel so sorry for you. How old's your daughter now? Is she 3?
3.
Daddy, can we play? No, I'm grinding tape.
I'm grinding Luigi Suigo. It was a quick watch. Now look.
Go play with your sister. My sister's just a baby, Daddy.
Yeah, there's no time. This is sales when you're up against it before the quarter ends.
Right.
That's it for us. It's great. Now, if they go take Luigi Suigo and we got to do media day, I'm going to say, hey, Luigi, there were some people that were worried that you weren't ready. Not me, but there were some people worried about it. What do you think about that? You got Ugonna Onyeso from Virginia. So if they like some of these centers, do what you got to do. But I saw Luigi, and I was not
Not overly impressed.
I was not feeling Luigi, not at first glance.
Are there any players that you've looked at? I know you're not done with your research, but any players that you've looked at and you felt like your views of them were way out of whack with the consensus, for better or worse?
I wouldn't say so. I don't think so. It's just tough for me, anybody, just because of the lack of size and shooting. Just the idea of the Kings getting someone that doesn't fit. In that world, the Kings taking Luigi Suigo, it makes no sense to me.
Right.
No sense.
Here once again, Sam Vecini, he has the Kings at 7, going Kingston Flemings, and then you spin ahead. I know we touched on this yesterday. This, again, is supposedly based on what other people around the league are saying, not just what Sam Vecini thinks. 34, Baba Miller from Cincinnati, 6'11" wing to the Kings. And then, yes, at 45, he does have Nick Boyd, 6'1" guard from Wisconsin.
Yeah, I don't
He's
like
only
that.
25 years old.
Yeah, excuse me?
I said he's only 25 years old.
He's 25?
Yeah. According to Sam Vecini. You don't like that, huh? We'll find out why Alan doesn't like that when we come back. Also, Mike Brown's under fire for what he said after Game 3. And we're on fire next. Sactown Sports.
The top young talent in the NBA is headed to Sacramento this summer for the 8th annual California Classic presented by Ticketmaster. The Kings will host the Milwaukee Bucks, Brooklyn Nets, and Golden State Warriors in a preseason showcase that's sure to bring more fireworks to your 4th of July weekend. 3-day general admission passes for July 4th, 5th, and 6th are available now. Visit kings.com/California Classic for details.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the sound of Claire cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd to the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect! Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies. All sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
Remember the days of real country music? Now you can get your favorite classic country every day on 105.1 HD3 The Ranch. Listen to The Ranch on the free KNCI app or anytime at 105.1 HD3.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the 4 walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time for your Sactown Soccer Report. Powered by Sac YOLO Mosquito and Vector Control District.
This week's key matches include Mexico versus South Africa, USA versus Paraguay, Brazil versus Morocco, and Netherlands versus Japan.
In soccer, defense wins championships. At home, defense stops mosquitoes. Train standing water. That's your backline. Dress with sleeves and defend with repellent. That's your keeper. Keep your doors and screens tight. That's your shutout. Sac YOLO Mosquito and Vector Control District. More tips at fightthebite.net. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Thank you, Spurs. We have a series in the NBA Finals. Spurs winning last night 115-111. Thank you, Wemby. Thank you, Stephon Castle. Thank you, officials. Thank you, officials, Alan.
A little bit.
Fair to say.
The extenders.
Uh-huh.
You got the Avengers and the extenders.
If that is a thing or ever was, it is harder to do now with replay review. You know, because there's some of the calls that official could look the other way or ignore. This is all in, theoretically. But then when it's reviewed, then you got to go back and everyone's looking at it. We got to, it's actually a Knicks ball.
Yeah. Well, even that one play where the Knicks got the rebound, and this is on the flip side of it, not for the Spurs, but they got the rebound, but Cat was just grabbing onto Wemby's arm, and Wemby said, challenge it right now. I thought, I thought the Spurs were going to maybe hold on to it, but Wemby, he was clearly right. You only get so many challenges, and they felt like it was a good time, and it was smart.
Mike Brown, I never thought I would be in the NBA Finals and see a team get 24 free throw attempts in the second half to another team's 8. Ian O'Connor in The Athletic. Commentary. Mike Brown picked the wrong time to make excuses for the Knicks.
Even though he, in the article, quotes Mike Brown saying, hey, they beat us. They played better, blah, 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 blah. Because we know what Mike Brown's doing. He just setting the stage. Hey, don't let it, let's not let this happen again. So all of it is.
The losing coach was suddenly heading for a cliff with this line of thought. He didn't mention that the Knicks were awarded 14 foul shots to San Antonio's 8 in the first half. He was just doing what coaches have to do.
Yes.
The upside is, for one thing, you're letting the officials know that you're keeping an eye on that. And for another, you're not making an excuse, but you're explaining from your team's standpoint. It's like, we could have won this. It didn't beat us.
Right. Yeah. He had to at
rightly
least,
or wrongly, it's beneficial to make that statement sometimes.
Like we said, they do this every single season. They do this every single season, and every single year, somebody either complains about it or says, oh, well, he shouldn't have said this or he shouldn't have done that. But this is part of the deal. This is part of the deal. And it's, it's almost, you could say, hey, this is Mike Brown being a good coach.
He almost tried too hard to me. And to me, it's like, you don't even mean it. He says, maybe we were fouling, but they fouled too. There were opportunities for fouls to be called to at least try to even the free throws out, end quote. So to me, it's just kind of a big nothing. He was doing what he thought he had to do. He was trying to do what coaches do. But ultimately, that's not why they lost the game, as even, I think, Karl Anthony Towns and Brunson even said, yeah, that's not why we lost the game.
Right. But he's laying the groundwork.
Yeah.
We need to be getting to the free throw line. as well. And, I mean, that crazy play, I did think if the Knicks were going to win the game when they challenged, and that's the other thing too, Whitey. The thing about challenges is coaches get annoyed if they even have to use it. That's what you can see them saying to the ref. Come on, now I got to use a challenge because you messed up. Even if they get it right, you only get so many challenges.
Yeah.
So that one when Mitchell Robinson got shoved into Wemby for that 4-point play that didn't end up being the case, they're saying, I'm glad we got it right, but we had to use a challenge for that. And the end of that game, it was a great game, don't get me wrong. But at the end of that game, when people joke about, hey, you ready to go to dinner? Oh, yeah, I'll just be 5 minutes. Okay, is that a normal 5 minutes or is that the end of an NBA game 5 minutes? Because that was brutal. Absolutely brutal.
An apparent byproduct, an apparent byproduct of his team forgetting how to lose was Brown forgetting how to handle defeat, says Ian O'Connor. My goodness.
All right. See,
in one breath, he admitted that the Knicks made their share of unforced errors. And the next, he said of the free throw numbers, I never thought I'd see that in an NBA Finals game, and I saw it tonight. This is what coaches do, whether they should or not. And I guess this is what columnists do sometimes.
Look, all I'm going to say to that is going back to how things go down in Sacramento. Yeah. And Mike never had a problem with the media or anything like that. But New York is just a different beast. You win all these games in a row. You lose one. Because this is the one, they wanted this one. It was a party. They might have just had a parade after this game.
Yeah.
Before it even ended. I think it's going to end up helping the Knicks. I know normally we say that about the better team. And I do think the Spurs are probably a better team on, I don't even know if it's on paper or not. But yeah, it's a different world out there, Whitey.
Right. All Mike Brown did is engage in that kind of NBA coaching gamesmanship that a lot of coaches have through the years. A lot of great coaches have done it. Will it matter? It doesn't really hurt. It's what a coach felt that he had to do in that moment. It's nothing compared to the laptop. We've seen Mike Brown when he was really upset about the officials.
Yeah, he got fined.
Nothing.
Yeah, he had the laptop out. He got fined. This is child's play for Mike Brown. But I did not think I'd ever have to say this. And here we are. And here we are. And we also don't know about the conversations that are happening on the court. If the refs are saying stuff that just doesn't make sense, that's also going to annoy you. And we can't speak to that because we're not on the court. I know the Inside the NBA crew was getting on Mike too. But if you're not getting good answers, it just feels like, to your point, because they had been playing so well, Mike must have somewhat believed this because he could have just said, we won so many games, we were due. He didn't have to go that route. But I think the disparity just really bothered him. And again, when the game, when a play is made and you're starting your transition, because they weren't in transition at all because of the fouling, and that was really important to them. And then you wait, the ball comes to you, and then they call a foul. That's going to tick anybody.
He also had to be very disappointed in the result. On the one hand, yeah, you're up 2-1, but they were home after winning 2 games on the road, and this is a coach trying to win his first championship solo, and he probably felt, very confident going into that game last night.
Well,
he was also very upset.
Yeah, I definitely think if you're the Knicks, and I'm going to be Captain Obvious here, I know you get 2 games at home, and you took 2 on the road, but you definitely would have preferred to just get this one and be 3-0 and just kind of not chill. Yes. But now there is a level of pressure because you don't have – it's different when you don't have home court. So if you lose game 4, your home court advantage is just like that, gone.
What do you think of Wemby as a villain, as one of the great villains in the Garden?
Not yet. I think even he said, I'm not anything like Trae Young yet. But, yeah, he's doing some stuff to put himself in that category with the Brunson stuff. And we know he's getting held, Wemby is, and all that. It's tough because you're only going to see them. It's not something that happens all the time. Being in the Eastern Conference.
He's 8 feet tall, then you get guys that are, 6 feet tall, just running up and grabbing him who knows where.
Right.
But they're so small, it just looks like they're not. Well, they can't be fouling him because he's so much bigger than them.
Well, I think that's part of the play. we can play him not dirtier, but we can play him more aggressive when there's a smaller guy because the refs are seeing it thinking, well, what's that guy? Wemby's not affected by that little dude.
Put an elbow right in his kidneys, and then he knocks you over, and it's a foul on him.
It should be.
Yeah.
Should have got a flagrant last night.
No.
Yes. You can't just mush someone in the face, Whitey. He could have hurt Brunson's neck. He could have hurt his neck.
Brunson had a fistful of his jersey. He probably said,
everybody's grabbing.
Hey, bro, Or, maybe he said it in French, and so Brunson was like, what? And then he said, okay, let me tell it to you in a language that you will understand. Shoved him down.
Everybody's grabbing.
Yeah, that's
everybody
sure.
was.
When we come back, hey, you see what happened to the Giants last night? Again, coming up, Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Come for the sports talk. Stay for the food critiques.
They make such a big deal out of Whataburger and their little spicy ketchup. Whataburger is the Big Lebowski of fast food hamburger joints. And In-N-Out Double-Double is the Shawshank Redemption of fast food burgers.
And the movie reviews are an added bonus. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Kick summer off right when you save up to $9,500 off MSRP on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitudes. You won't find a better looking, more powerful, and comfortable Jeep on the road. Your new Jeep is waiting at HoblettDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$9,500 toll net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude. Up to $5,500 factory incentive and $4,000 dealer discount. Incentives include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade-in and $2,000 make this the summer event retail cash. 3 of this net savings. Sample VIN 243062. See dealer for details.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
As we roll into summer, there's a new opportunity for you to get a new truck at a great monthly payment at Folsom Chevrolet. At Folsom Chevy, they're now offering 0% financing for 5 years on every new 2026 Silverado half-ton in stock. 0% financing on a 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, LT, RST, High Country, you name it. Together, let's drive. Must finance with GM on approved credit. $16.67 per 1,000 finance. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends July 7, 2026.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
Welcome to basketball's biggest stage.
Somebody will reach basketball immortality.
Welcome to the NBA Finals.
That's basketball at its finest.
This is about more than a game, more than a series. This is about legacy.
You are watching what greatness is all about.
Tune in to see who performs under the brightest lights and who writes their way into history. The 2026 NBA Finals continue on ABC.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
We were just talking about the draft, and how about this, Alan, from General Long? Hey, is anyone against grabbing a point guard that's 25? I know you're not crazy about the idea.
No.
Of the Kings taking that guard.
Then if you're going to do that, just get Richie Saunders then.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 6'1". That's the thing. Undersized and over age.
Yeah.
That's not going to fly for me.
Let me just scroll down and, pardon me, get the name of the guard. He did work out for the Kings,
Nick Boyd.
Right?
Wasn't it Nick Boyd?
Yeah. And he's been out here, right? He did work out.
Yeah, and this is no disrespect whatsoever.
Yeah.
This is
Nick
just
Boyd, 6'1" guard from Wisconsin.
25.
Yeah.
Years old.
A young 25.
He probably just turned 25. But what are we talking about? It's 25. It doesn't matter when he turned 25.
If he can play, who cares? He's 25.
He is a lefty, though. I did see that.
Yes. I'm surprised you're not.
No, not at 25.
Offering to go pick him up at the airport.
No. So now I was joking about Nick Clifford being old. Now you're drafting someone older than Nick Clifford. This can't keep happening, man.
Mm-hmm.
This cannot keep happening. Come on now.
Yeah. Tony Ray Harvey, yeah, Nick Boyd from Wisconsin up there in age. He'd go back to Wisconsin if he had another year of eligibility.
Tone, he doesn't have another year of eligibility. He's 25. That brother needs to go get his master's if he's going to go back.
Tortilla Jackson, the refs definitely picked on the Knicks, but that's part of the game. Got to adjust to the refs and the other team. And Kimberly, I believe, is a big Knicks fan in this series. 100% should have had a flagrant on Wemby.
Yeah. I mean, what are we doing? You're just going to let Wemby...
Oh, and Hart should have been thrown out for kicking.
Yeah, I don't know what Hart was doing. He was tripping, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got into it with Luke Cornett. I don't know what Hart...
Yeah.
Somebody said, why is Hart... He just scored. Why are you trying to grab the ball? Where are you going?
Yeah, and then Cornett knocks him over, and Cornett was just like, what? And then Hart falls and kicks him.
They didn't kick him.
No, I think he did.
Whitey, he was...
Honestly, I think
he was
did.
excitable. He was, hey, what are you doing?
I'm not saying he wound up. And
yeah,
you're like,
he didn't go
but
Pele.
He was on the ground, and I think he kicked him. He was trying to
I
get
wouldn't
something started.
qualify that as a kick.
Well, that's striking someone with your foot is a kick.
I wouldn't.
I
look
think
at that
he was
like
trying to. He figured, man, we're gonna blow these chumps out. We're gonna get a little scrape going here, and they're not gonna have a chance. They're not gonna know what hit them in the garden.
I think Josh Hart was just juiced up a little bit. But
that
Wemby,
too.
you talk about that track record, that Draymond Green type track record. Wemby got that track record going now. Last, the whatever series it was where he punched, he pushed somebody over.
Oh, that's right.
Or he had the spinning elbow.
They do give him a little bit of leash, don't they?
They do. He had a spinning elbow like Mortal Kombat. And now he's mushing people in the face.
Yeah.
But because he paints and draws in the park, it's okay.
That villain's cape, I think he's getting pretty comfortable with that.
Yeah, because he paints and he draws, he's everything he does is okay. Give me a break.
You have a problem with him painting and drawing?
I have a problem with the idea of him painting or drawing.
Why is that?
I just don't know how authentic he is. I don't know. I like my players.
Now you're gonna say, I don't even think he really went and visited the monks.
I don't know if it's performative or not, but some of it seems a little performative. I don't know the kid. Seems like a nice kid, but all right, enough.
He's 22.
I know.
They got some young players on that team.
It's just, all right, dude. Cool. He just does all this different stuff. He's just a different type of thinker. It's all right.
But
Enough.
maybe he is.
Enough. Enough. We get it. How about that? I'm not even saying it's not true. Just enough.
Mm-hmm.
We get it.
Yeah, Wemby's 22. Harper is, 19?
Yeah.
Castle's 21. And Nick Boyd's 25. So...
Nick Boyd, if they were still in college, Nick Boyd would be teaching the class. He'd be a professor.
If he can shoot, he can fill it up.
He'd be a professor.
25, 24, 26, I'm good.
The rules don't apply to you when you're Victor Wembanyama and, you do arts and crafts and you're just so different.
He is very unique, very refreshing. I find him very refreshing.
Yep, he's got you too.
Yeah.
He's got you too.
Sign me up.
Yep.
You start out as, I think I'll pick the Spurs. Next thing you know, I am a Spurs fanatic.
I just like how
I'm in that club, the Jackals.
Yeah. I just like how different he is.
Just refreshing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Unique.
It's just, I like, well, what happened and just be, what happened to the athletes when we were growing up? What happened to that? You just see them, they play, and I know social media is part of this too, but it's this whole branding. I don't know what to believe anymore because of all the branding.
Well, it's because media has permeated everything, and if you're a basketball player, you're a media star. You're a celebrity, and so you might as well. I admire the way he has really embraced all of that.
I'll tell you what's coming next. He's definitely going to be playing an instrument, without a doubt. Wemby gonna be on the keys.
I'd like to see. De'Aaron, they used to make a big thing of him being a piano player.
Oh, this is just such a unique team.
Yeah,
this is such a unique team. Yeah, there's gonna be Wemby. Yeah, I actually play the violin. I actually am a cellist.
Yeah, I can see it.
I play the cello because it's easier for me since I'm a bigger guy. So I play the cello. Come on, man.
Yeah,
we get it.
That's next for him.
Enough.
He's big. I guess he's a big science fiction fan, right? Doesn't he read?
He probably
reads a lot. I think that's maybe one of the reasons he's the alien. I think he reads a lot of sci-fi.
I also heard he's a playwright. I also heard he actually has written a couple plays. Just such a open thinker.
Could he be one of those just giant nerds who's trying to pose as something else? There's nothing wrong with being a nerd
posing as a nerd. No, it's the opposite, Whitey. Nobody can be normal anymore, right? It has to be, I have to show why I'm different. So I'm going to go draw in the park, but make sure someone sees me draw in the park.
You're right. It's actually inspirational.
No, it's not inspirational. It's annoying.
What's not inspirational is your Giants. What happened last night?
Man.
I turned it off. They got a lead. Didn't Bryce Eldridge have a big hit and give him the lead?
Yeah, went the other way. He's looked really good, man.
Took a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 8th. Oh, they got this.
Bring in your boy Keaton Wynn, who pitches. I don't know. He's got a contract. He just has to pitch every day.
Well, he pitched Saturday and then he pitched Sunday.
Yep, get him back out there. Get him back. What's that got to do with today?
Okay.
Hey, maybe Tony Vitello was confused and thought they were in super regionals. Maybe he thought, no, we have to. We have to pitch now. We got to get back to the College World Series.
You made what I thought was a great point and a very interesting point on the crossover. I know some people have said, "Oh, Logan Webb should have left him in," but you pointed out it didn't really sound like he wanted to be left in.
He didn't. Logan Webb did not want to be left in, and this is what he said.
And he threw 99 pitches. He pitched 8 innings. He's been hurt. I don't have a problem with him or anybody saying, "Yeah, he's probably not going to go out there for the 9th." I don't have a problem with that.
Tony asked if you're good, and I said it's up to you. It's your decision. He came back to me in the bottom of the 8th, and he was like, we're going to make a change. And then Logan Webb goes on to say, I don't regret that decision at all. That wasn't the idea of – now, somebody on the text line said, Alan, do you think he was covering for Tony Vitello? That's doing a lot. I don't know. I've spoken to Logan a time or two, and I don't necessarily know that he would – I guess it's not lying, but I don't know that he would say that he didn't want to, he would say this instead of just saying, I would have liked to go out.
You could probably tell. I hadn't thought of that, but you could probably tell if he was not being 100% genuine. That would be a noble thing to do, but I think you'd be able to tell, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, he said.
It's a great question.
Right. He said, no, he said, it's up to you. I said, it's up to you. Which, if I'm Tony Vitello, you're telling me you're done. My
father's uncle was a pitching coach in the majors. He's a pitching coach for many years with the Giants and the Padres and the A's. I think the Pirates. And I remember my dad told me this. He would tell my dad that as a pitching coach, they couldn't stand the guys who were starters. And then now guys come out after 5 innings all the time, but it was different then. So there were guys like in the 6th inning, they'd start looking to the bullpen.
Yeah.
And I guess my dad's was like, we couldn't stand those guys. So, I know a pitcher doesn't want to say, oh, yeah, I wanted to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks to me like no matter how you look at it, like I said, he was hurt, 99 pitches, pitched well. Yeah, he's done.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that was the issue. It's just you're pitching a guy that just pitched the night before and pitched the day before there and threw 19, 22 pitches. And then he comes in and throwing, and you can see, oh, he ain't right.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what the Giants do because obviously they're not in a position to be quote-unquote buyers. But, I mean, think about it like this, Whitey. Don't forget what happened in Chicago on Saturday, okay? This is a team that's fighting for their life. They blow that game on Saturday, and then they blow the game last night. Based on that, the Giants should be 4-0 over the last 4 games. They're 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
That type of stuff matters.
Yes.
The margin of error is so small right now. So I don't know if in a Luis Arias trade you say, hey, instead of a top prospect or one of your prospects, can we just get somebody from your bullpen, right? They have to do something. They can't go through this for the rest of the season.
When we come back, home teams in the NBA Finals are now 0-3? What the heck happened to home court advantage, not only in the NBA Finals, but in basketball? That's next. We've uncovered some fascinating numbers. Share them with you coming up, Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Hey, are you shaking a maraca? No, I'm shaking the pill version of Ozempic, which no one should ever do except in ads like this.
A nice disclaimer.
Hey, thanks. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 9 milligrams, and Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee. based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender and MLS number 456506.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
One of the things that we have been trying to figure out for years here in Sacramento, we've talked to coaches about it, talked to players about it, media talks about it, fans talk about it. Playing at home for the Kings used to be a real advantage. There used to be a real home court advantage here. And I know that even in the Beam Team year, you could look at the numbers and say, well, they really weren't that much better at home than on the road. And when Mike Brown was here and the Kings were better, that was also the case. Right now, you've got a situation where the home team in the NBA Finals is 0-3. Last year, road teams won all 4 game ones of the division conference semifinals for the first time ever. What is going on, Alan? Home court advantage in the NBA, it definitely ain't what it used to be.
A lot of different things are going on. And, you know, you can take this in so many different directions. We can start here. And I saw this one, Whitey, and I thought it was fascinating. But just the idea that role players are simply better than even 5 years ago, 10 years ago. In that Big Three era, those other players, not just the other 2 players on the court, but when it was time for the bench to come in, those benches were pretty rough. So I think the idea that role players play better at home isn't as big of a deal as it was 5-10 years ago, because teams do seem to be more balanced and they have to have guys that are able to perform. Now, obviously, it's still true. It's just not the idea that, oh, this guy's going to go off in San Antonio and be absolutely a waste of space in New York. That's just not the case anymore.
Listen to this. This season in the NBA, home teams won, their winning percentage was .554. Home teams winning percentage, .554. We have had 80 NBA seasons. That home winning percentage ranks 75th out of 80. The ones behind it, in the 2019-20 season, home teams won, they were .551. In the 21-22 season, home teams were .544. In the 24-25 season, .544. In the 2021 season, .544. And the lowest winning percentage ever posted by the home teams in the NBA was in 23-24. It was .543. So you can see there, the last 6, the 6th worst home court winning percentages in NBA history have happened in the last 5 or 6 years. So there's just no way around it. Home court advantage in the 83-84 season was 68%, and now it's 55%.
That's incredible.
That's a fact,
yeah.
Jack.
And I have something else, I guess another thought on how we've gotten here, Whitey. And this one is maybe a little outside the box.
Outside the box. Here we go.
You know, I'm actually going to throw out social media.
Tinfoil Tuesday.
I'm actually going to throw out social media. I'm going to throw out social media and the idea that, when these games were happening back in the day or even before X, Twitter, Facebook, things like that. Yeah, we know people got stuff mailed to them and, people are saying, bleep you in the stands, all that. We get all that. But the new layer of social media where you have so much access to these players and you sit there and you can DM someone something so crazy. We just heard about this with Matt Chapman and what he's been dealing with because he's having a pretty tough season. Mm-hmm. And you see all that and you flip it to think maybe these teams and maybe these players that continue to get younger and younger, or maybe that's just us getting older, they're just more so numb to the idea of being in a hostile environment because they deal with so much hostile bleep every single day. It doesn't matter.
Wow, I hadn't thought of that.
It doesn't matter that they have to go to New York and nobody wants them to win. They got 50 DMs telling them the most ridiculous stuff. So when they get out there, they're just kind of numb to it. And we've talked a lot about the flip side and how much pressure there is on home teams. I think the Spurs felt it in game 1, and I think the Knicks felt it in game 3. But I'd say there's a collection of things, of course, but the one piece of it I was thinking about when I texted you this morning was, honestly, I think these people are so ingrained in media and have so much coming at them at all points and times. Going in an arena where a bunch of people don't want you to win, it just doesn't hit the same because you know what it is.
I think a lot of it has to do with the back-to-backs and load management. I mean, road teams, you have fewer of what is known in the league as a scheduled loss. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of times I remember Frank Lade when he coached the Jazz, they got blowed out by the Warriors, and he came out and said, you knew we were going to lose the game. We played the night before. They were rested, blah, blah, blah. You have fewer of those scheduled losses, fewer games where one team's clearly at a disadvantage. Mm-hmm. So there's that. And then a lot of people think the three-point shot has a ton to do with it. If you go on the road and you shoot threes at a higher rate than the other team, it doesn't matter where you're playing. You have a huge advantage.
Yeah.
And maybe that is over time come to a point where it kind of neutralizes home court. That's a very popular theory.
Then on top of that, there's also the idea that who you have on the floor, majority of the time, especially the deeper you get into the playoffs, they're all three-point threats. So you're, not only are you going to shoot the basketball, but back in the day, Whitey, 5-10 years ago, there were dudes on you might have only had 3 shooters on the floor at a time, maybe less than that. You have we got Kyle Korver on the floor and he's our shooter on the floor. No, everybody has the ability to shoot, which makes the comebacks, or not even comebacks, just being able to hang in a game and not get overwhelmed by the home court advantage, what makes that, kind of harder to happen because, number one, everyone's taking more threes, and number two, they're taking more threes because that's how the teams are set up. There are not a lot of players on the floor that just won't do it.
I know that this really became an issue even in the NFL going back to COVID, when there were no crowds there during some of the NFL games, and no surprise, home field advantage seemed to disappear. And it's right about that time, although it's been more gradual, that home court advantage became less of a factor in the NBA. It's all theoretical until you look at what it means for this series. Again, as we know, the road team has won all 3 games of this series. I don't even know how impressed I should be by the fact that, man, the Spurs went into the Garden and won. And so what does that mean going the rest of the way for the series? It would mean, if that's true, even in the finals, that home court's not that big a deal. The Knicks don't have as big of an advantage as it appears they grabbed by winning 2 games on the road to start the series.
No, it was so over the top, it actually hurt them.
Wow.
It was so over the top. The Knicks, when you go on the road,
it hurt them?
When you go on the road, you're supposed to have the most pressure, right? Because you're on the road and you got to deal with this home team. You got to deal with the home crowd. It was so ridiculous in New York that the Spurs, and I called this is why I had the Spurs winning, the Spurs played as freely as you ever could. Now, you can look at this and say, for the next game, well, the Spurs know they have to win this, or the Knicks know they have to win this. Both of them are under a lot of pressure. But specifically last night, with everything that went down, I think the Spurs probably, they're not sitting there. They're not sitting there scared because, oh my goodness, this crowd doesn't want us to win and they're all so loud. The Spurs are probably sitting there thinking the Knicks have all the pressure in the world on them for tonight's game. And the same will happen tomorrow, but I think Spurs will be feeling a little bit more pressure tomorrow too.
Here's what I don't get, and thank you. Logical Raptors fanatic points out, he says, the bubble doesn't count that 2019-20 season because no one really had home court advantage. But as I mentioned here, 2019-2020, that season, home teams won 55% of the games. In the 4 seasons since the bubble, the home team's winning percentage has been lower than it was in the bubble year where you did not have fans at the game.
Yeah. And I know crowd size, everything's basically back.
I wonder if some of it is just players realizing, hey, it's really nothing special. We can win. We can beat them in their own building. We just never thought we could.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Right. And you've seen this happen before. We were talking about the Warriors, Cavs, and they did it at Oracle.
Right.
Which I think just added the cherry on top.
Yeah.
So we've seen it before. But even in the last couple of years, like you said, Whitey, wasn't there a weird series with the Celtics or it might have even been the Knicks where everyone kept winning on the road?
Yeah.
And nobody was winning at home. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to get too philosophical here, but it does feel like just humans in general post-pandemic are just built a little different. I don't know. They're just built a little different.
Winning on the road is nothing compared to the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's you don't want me to win? Okay, whatever. Yeah. Let's just go out there and do what we got to do. And again, going back to the social media, the humans are just are put in different situations these days than they were even 5 years ago.
Yeah. I hope we get a long series.
I asked you during the break, do you think they'll pull it off, the Spurs? And you were getting mad at Brendan for, I'm kind of here, there, but you don't know if you don't give me an answer on that one.
Well, that's the difference is you're talking to me during the break and he's literally posting it and writing it. You're going to ask me now, can they do it? Yeah, of course they can. I picked them to do it.
You think they will?
I predicted they're going to do it.
You think they will?
They ain't going to back off what I said now.
So you had Spurs in 6?
This is in the bag. Spurs got this wrapped up.
Is it one of those...
Last night was kind of a resetter of the whole thing.
Is it one of those situations where if I'm the Knicks and I can't get any separation, I'm very worried. Because you've been at home. Because even the Spurs went on a couple runs.
By the way, you know what I'm not worried about anymore?
What?
The fish in the refrigerator. Somebody took it.
It's gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
No, I did not take it.
Okay. Somebody went in there and...
You put somebody on blast.
Maybe.
Was it raw or cooked?
I didn't touch it.
I'm not sure, Jay. It had, so it was like on top, you see the salmon skin, like, oh, that's salmon. Then you take it, because it was in a baggie, turn it over, and there was also skin on that side. So it's almost like someone chopped off part of the salmon and put the whole thing in there, but I don't know.
Yeah. I hope they got enough.
No one fessed up?
No. And it could be anybody.
Fishing people because they wouldn't have come and gotten it overnight.
It could have been anybody.
It's fine. It wasn't bad. It was just odd. It wasn't, causing any problems.
It could be anybody.
Clearly it was Frankie's and he didn't want to say.
It doesn't have to be somebody from our department because anybody has access to that fridge.
Okay. There's another fridge.
And if I had a fish, I'd probably hide it in that fridge too. It's kind of off to the side.
I guess.
It's not just right there for you.
Good.
I'm not taking that fish downstairs to the sales team. It can't be in that main fridge. Actually, I think that person was, pretty nice about it, not putting that fish in the main fridge.
Maybe that's it.
You can't do that.
Maybe that's it.
And don't heat it up either.
Right. That's my wife told me because one time I was working at another station and they put their fish in the microwave. It's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It was an inconvenience to say the least.
Right.
And I told Chinya, she said, yeah, you don't do that.
Fish is bad.
You do not do that at work.
And I learned this the hard way, broccoli.
I think that may have just happened around here last week.
It did. We're not going to put anybody on blast, but you know him.
Uh-huh.
And not at the station, not at this station. But I walked outside and I thought.
Not at this station.
No, it wasn't at this station.
Oh, okay.
No.
It happened last week in this.
Then it happened a couple times then.
Okay.
Keep the broccoli at home. Stop warming up broccoli at work. You keep the broccoli at home. Please. There's just certain foods you don't need to warm up here.
Not in a microwave.
Not in a microwave.
Where's popcorn? Because that's kind of like on the line. Some people are like, oh, popcorn.
Smells good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I came in one day last week, and I think someone had broccoli in the microwave, and I walked in, and Richie happened to be coming downstairs. He's like, it's like there's a wet dog in here that just died.
That broccoli will get you. You know, one time I did it, I don't know, over a year ago, and I ate the broccoli in here, and I thought, okay, they caught me slipping. I forgot broccoli does that. Mm-hmm. So I'm done, and I never did it again.
There you go. You learn.
You learned. And I'm telling whoever it was, stop it. Just stop it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you can't even enjoy your food because everybody roasting you. You know? Keep that mess at home.
Well, it's just kind of inconsiderate.
Keep that mess at home, man.
Here at work, it's like,
Yeah. I literally, I felt sick. I felt sick to my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because the fish is obvious. Don't sleep on that broccoli.
Tortilla says, bro, I work at a factory and they microwave fish. Be thankful.
Yeah. And if it's your even at home, you microwave fish at home, that microwave might be cooked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to clean that bad boy.
People are naming suspects now. I don't want to get into that.
There's certain foods, fellas,
Uh-huh.
I'll eat an extra serving because I know how different it is when you heat it up, right? Like fish, for example. All right, you ate the fish. Now the next day, you know, just a nice piece of salmon.
Yeah.
Now it's not the same in the microwave, or I got to put it on the pan. So that night, I'll eat extra. Like my wife made pasta
To just
last
avoid
week.
the problems. That
Yeah,
come
it's just
with
not going to
that.
taste like last week. My wife made pasta, and it depends on the type of pasta you make. But I'm gonna have an extra handful because it's going to be completely different in the morning.
See, that surprises me because I know from listening to your show when you and Kyle did the show, you'll eat like seafood, like shrimp, like 3 weeks after.
No, it was a couple days after, and I still had the extra helping. I just had more in the morning.
Yeah, Jay, like a month, 5 weeks after, he'll still eat that.
On
shrimp.
fur?
It wasn't a month. And
You
shrimp ain't
gotta
cheap.
Be careful.
Shrimp ain't cheap.
You ain't lying.
I just throw a little extra seasoning salt on it. You good to go.
Little Lowry's?
Yeah, little Lowry's never hurt nobody. You set.
So bottom line, home court advantage in the NBA. It is not what it used to be. Why? One theory you got to throw out there.
I think you're probably spot on with the 3-point shooting. It just keeps everybody close, and everybody has shooters on their team. So that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am throwing out just the idea of social media and just society being different.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my two that I'm going with.
Yeah, I think those are important, but the 3-point thing doesn't fully explain it because, like last night, the Spurs win at the Garden, and the Spurs were 12 of 34 from three, so that's pretty good. But the Knicks were also 35%. They didn't shoot the ball so well from three that just like, oh my goodness, you know, there's no clear overcoming of a home court disadvantage in the Spurs 3-point shooting. I think it's a factor, but obviously there's got to be a lot of things going on, and I think a lot of it is psychological. Just teams have learned, like, oh yeah, we can win on the road.
Right.
We never thought we could, and our parents never thought they could, but we can.
Or
it's like the skeleton key with Kate Hudson.
Yep.
The voodoo is only real if you believe it.
That's right. Great movie.
Yeah.
By the way, we've talked about it before.
Yes.
But on the other side of it too, Whitey, there is the idea that teams are sometimes more aggressive on the road because they know, oh, y'all got the pressure now.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're just playing freely, and y'all got the pressure. And we've even heard, the Kobe's of the world and the Currys of the world kind of talk about it and say, I kind of like being on the road because it's as fun as it is to have a crowd erupt. it's dang near equally as fun to shut up a crowd.
Mhm.
And the Spurs got to shut up the loudest crowd in the NBA.
You have hardly talked about De'Aaron Fox at all today.
Good shot. Nice shot. Beautiful shot.
I mean, yesterday, before we left, you were throwing chicken wings at him.
Well,
and,
he was a brick.
I knew that wouldn't go in.
He was a brick. I'm proud of De'Aaron. I'm proud of De'Aaron for taking that shot. He looked like old Fox. He took the shot, and I had to squint. I think I saw his shoes turn purple for a hot second.
Yeah.
I thought, okay.
Yeah.
That was him.
The glimpses are still there.
Yeah. By the way, fellas, I don't know who.
Shot? Giving him pats on his back for one shot.
It was a big shot.
The Stephen Castle shot was the big shot.
That three was insane.
Yeah, that changed the game.
Yes, I agree. That led Fox up. I'm just happy he took it, Jay. Because I want to see my boy win.
You're up by 4. You was up. He was comfortable.
They were up by right. That's right. No, you're not wrong about that.
No, that was a big shot.
It was a big shot.
It wasn't Castle big, but it was big.
It was a big shot. Don't get me wrong. But I was watching this.
Left was a big shot.
Well, your boy, some called it a dagger. I don't know. Is it a dagger or not?
Who said that?
What's the definition of a dagger?
Who said it was a dagger?
I saw multiple people maybe say it was a dagger. I'm not going to call anybody by name.
Can you mention them?
We
could probably look it up, Alan.
I wish I remembered. I wish, sometimes the microwave, the broccoli fried my brain.
Do any of these people have 2 first names?
It could be. It could be, but I heard dagger. So what's the definition of a dagger? I think, Jay, what you said, I think Castle, that was a dagger.
Dagger is like a kill shot.
Yes. That was a dagger.
You finish the other team.
Went up by 7. They weren't coming back from 7 with 20 seconds left.
Arya Stark in the Night King.
Yes.
Dagger, that's a dagger.
That's a dagger.
Yeah.
I don't know if De'Aaron's was a dagger. It was a, what's it, a solidifier?
No. I don't think we need to spend too much time
A finisher?
Huh.
Like in Mortal Kombat, finish him. It was that one. Pretty much.
It was a big shot. They needed it.
But I'm telling you.
There's only one dagger.
I'm telling you. I know he's older now. But De'Aaron, somebody fired up old De'Aaron tape with the hair and everything. They said, where has this man gone? How much of that do you simply think is age? So I watched the whole mixtape because obviously I wasn't covering the Kings yet. But the De'Aaron with the hair, that dude was all over the place, man.
De'Aaron.
It was insanity. I know, like I said, he's older now. That was dang near, a decade ago.
I know you don't want to hear this, but if his ankle is really injured, that's a guy who is more bothered by it than others because speed is his thing.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. With De'Aaron, and there's just so many question marks that it's hard to pinpoint. And that's a word that was used, Whitey.
Uh-huh.
The Kings are pinpoint on A-Cuff. I saw that a couple days ago by another outlet. So it's hard to pinpoint De'Aaron, what's going on with De'Aaron.
I just think, again, that, because I've said this before, variations of this, the Kings, when they drafted De'Aaron Fox, they were hoping he would become like a Stephon Castle and a Dylan Harper. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how good those guys are going to be, but I think those guys have a chance to be way, way better than he was ever going to be. He's a good player, really good player, second team all-league, all-star. Those are significant. But the Kings needed him to be like, oh,
yeah.
And I just don't know if he's ever going to be that good. I don't think he was going to be.
Well, that's the weird thing about De'Aaron, because you watch his tape and you say, man, he's not like that anymore, right? And I know he's not fully healthy right now, but he's supposed to be in his prime right now.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have, because they showed, and I get it, I can't remember if this is before or after the ankle, but it's De'Aaron on a fast break, and he kind of barely jumps and dunks it, and then they show when he was, like I said, young Fox with the Kings, and I don't know that he should still be doing all that, but maybe everybody is onto something with this ankle. It's just even prior to the ankle, I didn't see that. That's why I'm not talking about the ankle as much. So I don't know what's up with De'Aaron. I don't know. Maybe outside of the obvious ankle, just in general, how his athleticism, he just is a different player now.
The whole thing with him is the shooting.
Yeah.
And he's inconsistent because he's oft times an inconsistent shooter.
Right.
And I think you could go back to his scattering reports. I remember talking to David Thorpe before they even drafted De'Aaron Fox about his shooting. It's kind of always been one of the biggest question marks with him. And he's had a very nice career, regardless of where this goes, what happens. He's had a very nice career, but that's been the biggest question mark.
Yeah, and he's not alone. I mean,
No,
we'll have this.
absolutely not.
Yeah, we'll have the same questions about Ja. We already have those questions about Ja. It's the same thing.
Oh, we're not going to talk about Ja trades, are we?
I'm not planning to.
Okay. Did the Kings choke, get robbed, or just flat out smacked last night? We're back with that as we roll on Sactown Sports.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo Center from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Clear and a little warmer tonight. Temperatures bottoming out in the low 60s Wednesday morning. North breeze will pick up in the afternoon. That'll push temperatures into the upper 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food? All for the game, bro. Dude, let us pitch in. No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet. No way. Really? Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years. Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile. Goal!
Here's to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy-to-set-up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Hi, I'm Adam Johnson here with Golf Fitness Solutions. If you want more distance, less pain, better mobility, and a body that holds up for 18 holes, come see us. We're expanding in Carmichael, and you're invited to our grand opening party on June 13th from noon to 4. Tour our new space, meet the team, try the simulator challenge, see if you can make a hole-in-one, and learn how golf-specific training, stretching, massage, and assessments can help your game. Call 916-802-5175 or visit us at golffitnesssolutions.com for more information.
Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Thanks for being with us, and thank you for your participation. Means a lot to us. You know, my text line, I've always been a fan of the text line. Alan has always been somewhat lukewarm, but I'm a big fan.
It's my text line,
What?
actually. It's my beloved text line.
What?
Actually, that's right.
When did that start? Well, welcome aboard.
It's always been.
It's about time.
It's always been. You know that.
And the YouTube chat, we're just talking about De'Aaron Fox in the game last night. We have from Brian Graff, personal opinion, but once the long headband went away, it took a lot of the fun away from De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
Long headband. Yes. We have from Compio, did the SF Giants fire their manager today? Let's go to Giants podcast host Alan Stiles.
No.
Yeah, they ain't going to do that.
What's the name of that podcast?
No. Locked on Giants. And not locked on winning right now.
They can't do that, Campio, because then that would be an admission that, boy, we sure screwed that up. And you can't do that right now.
No, they're not firing anybody.
Alan, I just saw this. I didn't read the article, and I don't even remember where I saw this headline. Tony Vitello not expected to skedaddle back to Tennessee after this season.
Sorry, guys. I'm confirming this right here.
Okay.
About 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
From our SF Niners handle.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk apparently dropped another video.
What?
And I guess they have a quote of, the video is 31 seconds, but within it, it says, you want to know why they really mad, though? They mad because they stupid.
I'm looking it up.
I love it. I love it. And everyone's wondering who's mad. So obviously we haven't watched the video, but I just saw it. I don't know if it's on his Instagram or what.
Do you think he's just not getting very good advice, or he is getting good advice, but he's not paying it any mind?
I think the latter. I would hope the latter.
He did drop one, too.
Wow. Wow. So did he say stop running from the bill or stop running from the belt?
Bill is what.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because you got to pay. The bill's coming due. Stop running from the bill.
Because Ari Meroff had said running from the belt. I'm like, I thought he said bill. Yeah, so we're getting ready, Whitey. Get ready for round 2.
He's just getting warmed up.
Yeah. I hope everything is good with him, man. I don't know what.
Doesn't sound like it is.
Yeah. And I know we got at least one kid. So in those situations, you always wonder, is it all good or what's the deal? I have a longer quote from Sleeper NFL. You want to know why they really mad, though? Maybe you should read this, Whitey. Yeah, I just
ain't doing all this reading.
No. You want to read it, Whitey?
Where is it?
I got it right here for you. There it is.
I'm listening to the sound, make sure he ain't do no cursing, but yeah.
You want to know why they're really mad, though? They're mad because they stupid. They're mad because they paid me $50 million in 8 months. They voided my guarantees for 2027. And I'm about to be on a new team in 2026. They're mad at themselves.
Wow. Does this mean
Dumb G does BA?
Yeah, there you go. Does this mean that he probably feels like he's close to a resolution?
Yeah, he feels like I'm winning. Doesn't it sound like he feels like he's so delusional about this whole thing? He feels like, yeah, I'm winning.
Yeah. And he's going to be in Washington with his boy and ride off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I had to tell you that one.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
He's back.
I got to tell you this one. This is from NBC Sports.
That was a short version. There was a little more.
Oh, there is more.
Oh, okay, we'll get the full thing.
Okay. All right. Interesting article, NBC Sports Bay Area. Tristy Rodriguez, who's been on the show, she did an interview with Kelvin Sampson. We'll have to see if we can get Coach Sampson on the show. And she was asking Kelvin Sampson, who coached Kingston Flemings, about comparing him to the other guard candidates. Obviously, he's somewhat biased. He says, quote, well, we played both those teams last year. We played Arkansas. We played Illinois. Acuff, Wagler, both outstanding players. I think it depends on what you're looking for. Of the three, I think Kingston is the best true point guard because that's what he is. He is a point guard. We played Arkansas, New Jersey right before Christmas. I think Kingston had 28 in that game. Acuff may have had 25. They're both really good, but, Kingston is 6'4". He's not 6'4".
No, he's not.
He sees the floor. He cares more about winning than he does about anything else. He had games where he had 8 or 9 assists and 6 points in games where he had 42 points. He does whatever you need him to do, but he's true beyond his years. His basketball IQ is off the charts, really understands the game at a high level. So, again, based on everything that I think we know about Scott Perry, I think if Acuff's not there, I think Scott Perry is going to subscribe to everything that Kelvin Sampson's saying, not because he's saying it, but the whole true point guard wants to win. I think Kingston Flemings is going to be the pick if Acuff's not there.
Yeah. And it's not that you believed that Acuff was right for the Kings. It's just what we were hearing, what we were going off of. But it's almost as if that's what we were hearing. Mm-hmm. But as far as what we have gathered from Scott Perry, Kingston Flemings is more of his cup of tea.
That's my read. More from Kelvin Sampson. I like all three of them. I just think if you're looking for a point guard, based on how you define that position, I think Kingston would be the choice for me. Of course, that's his guy. What is he going to say? Tristy asked about his defense and what a good defender he is. And he says, well, this notion that he's a good defender in college means he's going to be a good defender in the NBA, but that will take him a couple of seasons. That doesn't mean he's not going to try. His athleticism is going to lead to steals. But he says Kingston's going to be a good defender because it's important to him. But he also points out, in the NBA, none of these guys are going to be good defenders at first. None of the top rookies.
Yeah.
You're playing against grown men who are older, more experienced, and they're stronger. And he says it's not like you can plug him in and he's going to be like a lockdown defender. That's really interesting that he's that honest about it.
Yeah, and that's what you can appreciate because a lot of times you just hear,
he's the best defender in the class.
I don't know. I'm interested. Well, yeah, I'm not trying to throw. You never know who's going to be on the show, but yeah, I would love to get an interview, obviously with Kelvin Sampson. But I don't know how Calipari would answer questions on Acuff. I don't know if you're getting all that.
Yeah,
it might be he can do this, or we asked him to do so much, and he can defend, whatever the case is.
Yeah, that's how I knew. Remember James Bouknight?
Yes,
and I think he played for Danny Hurley. Mm-hmm. At UConn, and I remember I was doing an interview at the station where he used to work right before the draft, and we were asking Coach Hurley about James Bouknight, and this is his coach, right? We asked him about defense. He goes, "Oh no, he's not a good defender." And we knew right there that the Warriors are not going to pick him.
Yeah,
and he did not really end up having much of a career. I'm sure he's still playing somewhere, but I just for the guy's own college coach, you're just like, oh no, he's not a good defender.
Yeah,
wow, okay.
Refreshing, at least.
Yeah.
Now that's refreshing.
Uh-huh.
Not Wemby painting in a park.
Who does that? Nobody. That makes it refreshing.
Wow, look at him on the subway. And he can barely fit. He's just
Do we
a
really
normal
know he
guy.
was eating in the park, or are you just
He was
making things
drawing in the park with his sister. And then they asked him what he drew.
And?
He said, I don't even know if he answered. He just said, oh, it was pretty good. I've done better. Whatever. Who cares?
Well, I wanted to know what he drew. You brought it up. That's incomplete reporting.
I'm telling you. He drew something.
Uh-huh.
And it was okay, he said.
Meanwhile, catchers are getting hurt. They're getting smacked where it hurts the most, more than they ever have before. And there may be a reason for that. And I thought with a couple of baseball guys, we could get to the bottom of that. And we'll find out what the latest is with Brandon Ayuk as well as we roll on Sactown Sports.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo Center from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect! Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. Assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. $4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies. All sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's Faithful Flashback.
Number 65, Brock Purdy's season surge.
The plan for the 2022 season was to unleash high-pick Trey Lance. He started in Week 1 but got hurt in Week 2. Jimmy G ran the show until he broke his foot in Week 13, so it was now Mr. Irrelevant time. The last pick of the draft got the call, and Brock Purdy won his first 7 starts of that season after taking over for Jimmy Garoppolo, starting with a win over Tom Brady and the Buccaneers and carrying the team all the way to the NFC Championship game against the Eagles. From Mr. Irrelevant to the franchise QB, Purdy's impact was felt immediately and is still present to this day.
Faithful Flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
Afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Was that a dagger from De'Aaron Fox last night? UPS Chris, Fox's shot was a rusty pocket knife. Definitely no dagger. But then we also have from Robbie Cakes, Fox's shot 100% a dagger. If he misses, then you guys would be on his head, Al.
Oh, you're right about that. If he misses, well, no, hold on now. If he misses and they lost, oh, it's over for Fox. If they won anyway, he'd get a little chicken wing from me, but nothing crazy.
Somebody else in the text line here. Can Mr. Gleason read the video word for word, please? Yeah, I think we got that coming up. I got a text from Verlad this morning. It's like, someone is asking for something you did about Brandon Ayuk. Do you know what they're talking about? So they played it on there. Alan, the question was, what did Wemby draw? You don't know, so I had to find out. Victor Wembanyama drew a picture of a statue in New York's Gramercy Park before Game 3 of the Finals. Statue was of Edwin Booth, a legendary 19th century Shakespearean actor, though he is better known as the brother of Don Wilkes Booth. Wemby said he was struggling mentally after a poor Game 2, needed time to cool down and find clarity. Sitting in the park with his sister, he sketched the statue, which he later described as pretty good. This mental reset helped him perform strongly in Game 3. 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 blocks. Spurs win. Refreshing and inspirational.
You know what, though?
What?
I'm going to hate on it because it's ridiculous. But he really is pulling out the playbook, the LeBron playbook, though, right? This is the type of stuff that LeBron would do, and people would kind of get annoyed with it. You know, it's just,
Wait. When did LeBron sit in a park and draw a statue?
No, but the book, how he will have a book, and he's big into reading, but he can never, tell people what the books are about. Or he's never actually seen reading, or he's very early on. Yeah, LeBron hasn't gone, this is a new level. The painting and the drawing, this is a new level.
He's minding his own business with his sister in the park, and someone took video, so then they ask him about it. What's he supposed to do?
He knows what he's doing, man. Come on, Jay. He's 8 feet tall. I'm just going to go in the park. Nobody will see me. Come on, man.
I'll blend in.
Yeah, I'll blend in.
I'm playing not only the biggest game in the city right now, but no one cares.
I'm just going to go with my sister and draw.
Yeah, right.
And
Edwin Booth.
And I hope nobody sees me.
And why Edwin Booth?
I'll bet you. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, but I'll bet you he's the only player in NBA history to sketch a picture of Edwin Booth.
You might be right. You might be right on that.
Never been done.
You know, So what's the difference, though? This is cool, but everybody makes fun of Miles Turner because of the Legos.
I don't even know about Miles Turner.
And the Legos?
I don't know.
Miles Turner is a huge Lego fan.
Okay.
And when he got into it with Beef Stew, Remember that it was a big fight between, well, obviously the Pistons, and I think he was still on the Pacers at this point, Miles Turner. I think, 'cause it was last season. And you can hear, as they're getting into it and, they're scrapping, you can see Beef Stew mouth the words, "Don't you play with Legos?" So I don't know. Maybe it's not the same as "Don't you draw in the park?" But
No, playing with Legos, and they're both fine activities, but playing with Legos is nothing like sketching Edwin Booth.
And the sketch probably stunk.
I don't know. He said it was pretty good.
Don't you sketch in the park?
Don't you sketch Shakespearean actors?
Don't you sketch Wilkes Booth in the park? that
has never happened, but this is happening all too often. Here's the pitch, foul ball, catcher catches it right in the rosin bag, and it seems to be happening more and more. Can you guys have any idea why?
Zero. I mean, probably something to do with ABS, but zero.
I don't think it has to do with ABS, but it appears to have to do with the catcher's setup. Now,
where'd you say it hit?
I don't remember.
The rosin
bag.
There's no data on this, but a dozen current and former catchers that the Athletic spoke to agreed that it's happening more and more. And they also agree, catchers say they think they know why. Several pointed to the one knee stance. Catchers never used to get behind the plate with one knee in the dirt and then the other knee up. He was always,
That's the Benito Santiago?
Yes. In 2020, catchers set up in the one knee stance on 23% of pitches. This season, catchers have placed one knee in the dirt on 96% of pitches. And if you just imagine it there and imagine you're facing the radio and that's where Jay's throwing the pitch from, and if you have one knee down, you're on your one knee, obviously you're somewhat vulnerable in that area that Alan is referring to.
Well, and I know there are a lot of broadcasters that they get very frustrated at the one knee thing.
Really?
I was watching a game and they were talking about how I thought that that ABS was going to stop guys from being in the one knee as often because I think the ball went by someone and it's just not traditional. Obviously it was part of this kind of new age baseball, and a lot of broadcasters, you can tell, just don't like it.
One of the questions that some former catchers were asked here is, why did it take until recent years for the one knee stance to catch on? Sandy Alomar Jr. Anybody remember Sandy Alomar Jr.? Really good catcher. He said they wouldn't let you. He caught for 20 seasons. He says if you went to one knee, they would say you were lazy.
Right.
Austin Hedges says there are still people who think it's stupid. And he says, and those people are stupid. And Stephen Vogt is a big fan of it. But anyway, that's what's happening. So that's the downside. For catchers, they feel more comfortable and they can get around better, but there is some risk involved.
Yeah.
You're subjecting yourself to a foul tip.
It would be, to me, it's just something that we talk about AAU and basketball, like how some of these guys are learning certain things from AAU. It sounds like that's kind of being one of the things that's being taught in, minor baseball, travel ball, so to say, at this point. Maybe that's just the style. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. And, Tony Pena would stretch out one leg from a crouch position without runners on base. Tyler Flowers is credited with being the first big league catcher to break tradition and regularly go one knee down, regardless of the situation. Even if there were runners on, he'd go one knee down. 2015, I guess he said, "Well, I should have actually. I wish I could have patented it." But he was the first guy say, "No, I want to catch like that all the time." Yeah. So the position has changed. It's evolved.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, as long as you get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But I know.
Some are calling this Natalytics.
The rosin bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I might be the only one calling it that, actually. But
I don't know. I guess if most teams or whoever's doing it, I think that's what ends up happening is as your coaches get younger, they're more open to trying different things. I'm sure there's probably a good amount of coaches in Major League Baseball that hate it.
Yeah.
But, if it starts early on and that's how they're being taught now, by the time they get to you, you can't say, hey, you got to do this way now.
Yeah. I heard a story about one manager that we all know the name. When his team first started around 2012, they started like doing a home run tunnel. He hated it. But then they just kept doing it, and it was really good. And now it's like everybody does it.
Right.
But initially, he couldn't stand it.
That is nothing compared to what we see now.
Right.
Because that's kind of informal.
Yeah.
We're all, maybe not everybody's there. Now they got the fur coats.
But you guys playing baseball, I'm sure you played for managers that there were certain things that's just like, we don't do that. And they probably didn't even know why not. It's like, because you don't do it.
You just don't do it.
Old school.
Yeah.
Old school.
A lot has changed.
Yeah. Tradition says you don't do it. It's like, man, that was 1962. Get over that.
Well, and I'll say this. It's changed quickly. I mean, I graduated. Look, obviously it feels more recent than it actually is, but I graduated in 2013. A lot of that stuff, that Drew Gilbert, bat flipping, all that wasn't flying. And that very recently started being okay. Like the Tony Vitello Tennessee thing, that was, I don't know, like 2016. It was not that long ago.
Did you ever catch one in, that area? Outfield doesn't have that much. Did you ever, Jay?
Hit a cup.
Yeah.
Of all times, it was playing catch, like messing around.
Really?
Yeah, we were playing with a flat glove, and it was like a small flat glove, which basically you working on your
like
your second hand, your training mechanism to work for your second hand as an infielder, putting up W's, all that type of stuff. And I was messing around, joking around, doing too much. Thought I was, hot sauce and one, and boom, hit like my palm. Pow. It's like, oh yeah, I'm done for the next 20 minutes. Don't worry about it. But not taking ground balls because I'm no fool to go out there without no protection.
But another thing, fielding a ground ball, it's like that's not the most vulnerable position because you're right there. Your glove is right there.
Yeah,
I know there's bad hops and things.
I was going to say, when you're playing in the hood in some of these terrible fields, though, Whitey, when you're growing up, yeah. As you get older, I'll be honest, this may sound a little funny, but as you get older, like playing in high school and in college, I stopped wearing protection.
Yeah.
Because I trusted my hands.
Yeah.
But it was little league fields and stuff. Oh, man, come on, man. It'd be glass on the ground.
Somebody told me, it was FP told me this. He said, because he knew JT Snow, and I guess JT Snow found out from his dad or something, but pro football players, at least some of them, don't wear protective cups in case it breaks. Because if it breaks, then you've got a real dangerous situation on your hands.
I could imagine.
Yeah, no, I wore it for a hot second because that was a cool thing. You say, oh, we're 10 years old now. Now we can put these on, and the jock strap was kind of bizarre to me.
I'm with you, man. I'm a sliding shorts guy.
And the first time I put it on, I didn't know how to put it on, so that was it.
Okay, you should have kept that. That's a little weird.
Get it on backwards or something.
And I didn't wear this right.
Should have took that one 6 feet, sir.
One expert faces the music on how bad his Kings season prediction was. We have that for you. And we'll see what's up with BA, too, next on Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Come for the sports talk. Stay for the food critiques.
They make such a big deal out of Whataburger and their little spicy ketchup. Whataburger is the Big Lebowski of fast food hamburger joints. And In-N-Out Double-Double is the Shawshank Redemption of fast food burgers.
And the movie reviews are an added bonus. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey.
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Hey, are you shaking a maraca? No, I'm shaking the pill version of Ozempic, which no one should ever do except in ads like this.
A nice disclaimer.
Hey, thanks. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 9 milligrams, and Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Sacramento, get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back. Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road for crazy deals on DeWalt products. We're talking all of the lowest prices in Sacramento on bare tools, tool products, batteries, lasers, hand tools, outdoor power equipment, and so much more. Again, this DeWalt sale event will be June 12th from 7 till 5:30 and June 13th from 9 till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's happening for Chryslers make this the summer event?
Right now, you can save up to $15,000 off MSRP on one of America's most popular trucks, the new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cab. Plus, with an EPA estimated 22 mpg, you're going to save big at the pump.
That's so important, especially with the gas tax going up next month.
A new Ram could be what you need to cut your fuel costs long term. Plus, you'll enjoy best-in-class, luxurious cabin comfort in the most luxurious Ram 1500 ever. And with over 600 Rams available, you won't find a better selection of new Ram trucks in stock and ready for you to drive home today.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, nobody beats Hoblet, period. 15,000 total net savings after factory incentive and dealer discounts. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit for eligible upfit, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance on eligible trade-in, 500 Hoblet business owner bonus for verified business owners, and 9,500 dealer discount. 10 at this net savings. See dealer for details.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, we have what may be in some way, shape, or form good news for Kings fans. We'll look at that in a second. First, I learned a couple of things. One, I learned how Allen, as a kid, wore his jockstrap wrong, and I wish I didn't know that, but I found that out. And then also, Alan and Jay were just talking about Gilbert Arenas' podcast, and he's no longer affiliated with his own podcast.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Jay, because I saw that because I'm reading the comments, and it's Gil's Arena.
Yeah,
but he's never on it anymore. And Skip Bayless is now on it. I guess as a regular. At first I thought it was just, a guest thing. And he's never on it. And yeah, the long and the short of it is Gilbert's deal was up and sold the name Gil's Arena, I guess, in this Godfather deal that Underdog gave him. And now the deal ended. And I guess I don't know, Jay, if he didn't want to continue with Underdog or what, but long story short, they've kept the name, and right now they're running the show, Gil's Arena.
So he's not on his own podcast.
No.
What?
Right. I know.
Is he on another podcast?
He's just out here streaming
He's not on
and
anything
stuff.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He basically has said or announced that he's going to create another avenue. But people are like, hey, yo, this has your name on it.
Right.
But according to what I've read, what he's talked about, I haven't seen any official statements from Underdog or whoever owns Underdog, is Gil's time, meaning when he sold the names, the likeness, the control, there was a time period. That time period is up. Gil feels like he should be getting paid more, right? And his podcast is worth more because he's been on ESPN and all this other stuff. They haven't been able to come to some type of agreement, and so they're like, well, we still own the RSS feed and everything else that goes with it, which is some of the hardest things to accomplish when you're looking for podcasts without going too deep in the woods. And they're just saying, well, listen, we'll just continue to run this out, continue to let this thing build, and make some money for us for viewership. And if you don't want to be a part of it, then too bad. Oh, well, so sad.
I've been told that he was a guy who was a little ahead of his time in this sense. He had long range, but he played before everybody was shooting so many threes. But I've been told, I think Steiny might have been the one that told me this. It's like he's a guy that if he played now, he'd be jacking up a ton of threes, and he's a really good shooter.
Yeah.
But he was just they didn't shoot that many then when he was playing.
Right? Yeah, he was nice.
Agent Zero.
He was the truth.
Yeah, he was nice. He lately, I know. Yeah, it's been a bit marred because he says some crazy stuff about Sacramento. But
yeah,
he was on the. I saw him he had the Spinners. I saw him in Oakland back in the day when he was on the Warriors. He had the Spinners. We were down there, Jack London Square.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, dang, I'm going to get me some of those one day.
Hopefully you wore them a little bit better than the protection.
That's a good point right there.
I mean, he is one of those guys for about a soft 5-6 years. He was pretty close to unstoppable on the offensive side.
Right.
Now if you want to say he's a little bit before his time, wrong era, I can see that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he got paid for a reason.
Yep.
He did.
Yep. The story with him is that he was a free agent. He could go to the Wizards or the Nuggets, and he said he flipped a coin. He couldn't decide, so he flipped a coin. That's how he decided. He's just marched to the beat of a different drummer.
Yeah, I think that tracks.
Like our next guest, caller. JR joining us on Sactown Sports, your favorite. JR, what's up? Say hi to Alan Stiles.
Hey, DeLo Styles. Hey, so was he doing Da Vinci or was he doing Van Gogh? You guys are missing. What is he doing in the park? Just drawing. The Spurs won.
No.
Because, it's known that they use your speech, De La Styles. Speech, De La Styles. And they were fired up.
That's right.
Heck, I was fired up. I went out and shot in the ball just at a local park.
That's right. I'm telling you, JR.
At the local park, did you also draw any sketches?
I did. But I will say the one person you didn't affect was Fox, because wasn't he still like 0 for 5 from 3?
Yeah.
I know he hit the little dink and dunk, but do you remember when he won the game for us? He turns, I think it was Atlanta, and he hit one pretty deep, a 3, and he says, "I'm the S."
Yeah.
You guys remember that? Turn to the bench.
I do remember that. Yeah.
And I said, that's the last time he's ever going to be able to say that. And it was. I was right. I should have bet on that.
Thank you, JR. Yeah.
But it fit the script. The NBA wants us to go 7.
That's right.
Bye-bye.
Yep, we know all about that. Yeah, when he first said that, I thought, oh, no, he wasn't that bad, but he was 0 for 5.
Look.
Yeah. Was it a dagger? I don't know. That's the ongoing debate today. The shot that he hit, was it a dagger?
There is still a world where you're still due. I know he had a pretty good game, too. But De'Aaron could have another, if it's every other, and he has a good game 4, the Spurs could be in good position.
Was last night the game when he fell down? When he drove?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I think Dave tweeted, he said, De'Aaron Fox is having a nightmare.
Yes. He just fell over. I thought he was injured for a second.
Yeah, and I think it did look like his ankle caught or something. He drove, and it's, of course, a key possession.
Right.
And he's down on the block, and he fakes, and then he just falls over.
He just falls over. And I'm thinking, oh, man, is he injured? Then he just gets up and moseys away. Just moseyed away. I think the Knicks did not score. I think that was a pretty big possession because I think the Knicks did not score on that one.
Yeah, the offense was hard to come by for both teams in that fourth quarter. A lot of misses, a lot of missed shots. All right, we have one expert facing the music on how bad and how good his NBA predictions were. Zach Cram, ESPN.com. And he goes over, among other things, of course, his Kings prediction. So this was his prediction for the Kings before the season started. The Kings will make the play-in tournament. So Zach Cram's own grade for himself, grade F. He says, but there's I think, a glimmer of good news here. I thought the Kings had a decently high floor due to their offensive star power, but Domantas Sabonis played just 19 games. Zach LaVine played 39. Far from reaching the play-in tournament, Sacramento finished with 60 losses, the second most in any season in franchise history. We know that. Looking ahead to 26-27, Zach Cram says Sacramento could consider using 25-26 as the first season of a full-scale rebuild, ensuring it would finish near the bottom of the standings next year too. But lottery reform means there's no incentive for the Kings to lose 60 games again, and the team's most talented players could all theoretically return next season. Squint, and you might see a path for the Kings to be competitive for the play-in 2027, Alan.
That's a double down.
Let's go.
That is a double down. I mean, does it count? It does count if you have a terrible, if you're way off on a projection, even if the injuries,
Sure.
It still counts, but we understand why you were so wrong. So basically he's saying, look, we never got to see
right
what, and that's the other thing. We're not talking about, these shouldn't even be crazy thoughts, right? We're not talking about, hey, the Kings will definitely be a top 6 team. Saying, hey, I think they can mess around and battle for 10, right?
Yeah.
I think it can battle for 10.
Mm-hmm.
You should feel like that. There's enough money on that roster. They should be able to battle for the last play-in spot.
That's why I wonder why you should be in any kind of a hurry to move Sabonis unless you're getting something really nice for him.
Right. And I know his name has been brought up before, Domantas Sabonis, but I just don't really see how many teams would be interested in that way. But I'm sure if they are, Domantas Sabonis will be out of here.
I know that if you're Scott Perry and you have a few ideas about who you want to bring in, especially given who you're going to draft and maybe, that free agent would be a great fit with this guy, you got to create some kind of cap space if you want to bring anybody in. Mm-hmm. So you'd like to move somebody, but you don't want to just, get pennies for the dollar on anybody.
No. I mean, would it be different if...
And Zach LaVine, one more year, Zach LaVine, you know what? That's very doable.
Yeah.
I know it could be awkward, and I hope he's, reasonably happy, but, that him coming off the books a year from now, that'd be tremendous.
We were talking about, and we still have coming up, the newest Brandon Ayuk quotes that Whitey's going to get into, but we were talking a little Niners, and the idea, it was the first time, guys, that I had heard of, and I think the term might have been made up, about, draftism, and how people look at Brock Purdy differently because he was the last pick in the draft. And I bring this up because Maxime Reynaud, 42nd overall pick, if Maxime Reynaud, and everybody has said, hey, if they redrafted, Maxime probably he's a first rounder easy. He might even be top 10, top 15, right? That's what some people have said. So if you look at that, and if there was a world where Maxime Reynaud was picked 17th in the first round, Whitey, would we be same thing that he did during the season, but he was picked 17th instead of 42nd? Would we be looking at Domantas Sabonis differently? Would there be even more of a rush to move off of him because, hey, he's a first-round pick, so we got to get this started now. Whereas as a 42nd pick, the Kings are saying, look, he had a good season, but he's a 42nd pick overall, second rounder. We got Domas now. We're not going to give him away. Would they be more likely to give Domas away and to not get a lot of value back if you had a first-round center waiting, even if the production was exactly the same?
Well, not necessarily, because one thing we saw last year was that it looks like Domas and Maxime probably can play together a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I remember Kyle Draper and I, we asked Scott Perry about that when they drafted Maxime. It's like, oh, that's the type of player. If he could shoot a three, he could fit together. And he said, yeah, maybe. We'll see. It was kind of non-committal, but it certainly was a possibility. It's not like, well, you can't have both.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very good chance you can.
Yeah, and I'll take it a step further. You could even say that you could play two of the three of those guys on the floor fairly often. I think you could play. I think you could play Dylan Cardwell and Domas together.
Yeah.
Spacing would be rough, but look, Domas is getting to the point of his career.
Now that Dylan's shooting threes.
I was going to say, Domas getting to the point of his career, brother, you got to shoot the three ball more often.
He ain't going to do it.
He is going to do it.
You see, he's like.
I feel like back in the day in the Pacers, he used to do it a little bit or do it more.
Did he?
I thought so.
Check that.
I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, you got to do it now. You get into that 8. You hit 30. When there's a 3 at the beginning of your age, you need to shoot more threes.
That
should be a rule.
That after the draft, it's coming on, and I know what 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
You said 2 yesterday.
2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That once you get players that come in here and you get some of that settled down, maybe we get some clarity from the team as far as what are you trying to do this year? Is this all about rebuilding, or can we, because you tanking nets you nothing, are we going to start to hear a little bit about, we're going to try to be competitive this year? I do think this notion that, wow, the Kings were on track to be pretty good last year, if not for the injuries, I don't buy it, because when they were relatively healthy, it did not fit. It did not look good.
So, but what do
even in the preseason, it's like, ooh, that is not a good look.
But what do you want them to say? The options are we're going after it, we're trying to be competitive, or we're going to continue developing talent. What do you want them to say? I feel like there's less for them to say now because of the lottery changes.
I understand that, but, Scott Perry, I don't think since he's been here, please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he said playoffs one time. And that's fine. I'm not saying he should have. I can't think of one time when he's mentioned playoffs.
Right.
And now why not? We'll try. I don't know. I'd just like to get a clearer idea of how competitive they want to be next year. And I know they're still sorting all of that out.
Yeah. And I'll meet you on this.
Okay.
Just the whole conversation of, what they want to do or not want to do. At the end of the day, yeah, you got to be able to, with the changes in the lottery, we do need to know a lot. The conversation last season was build. We're building. We need to know now, especially with these lottery changes, what exactly are you attempting to build? And I know sustainable success. What are you trying to build? Because maybe you'll get your franchise guy in this draft. Maybe not. You're drafting 7. So what exactly are you hoping to maybe get somebody like that via trade in a second draft situation? What are you building towards, and how do you plan on getting there?
Mm-hmm.
Besides just hopefully getting lucky either this draft with whoever you draft being that guy, or getting lucky with jokes for Stokes and getting a top pick in 2027. I saw a couple. 2027 might be nice.
Really?
I saw a couple.
Wait, I thought we knew that it's going to be terrible.
I think it's going to be thin, like after the top, kind of like 2025 a little bit. Maybe like 2025. The top 5 might be nice, but after that, it could be slim pickings. Because, there's some names out there, but they have no control over that.
So you want to be in the middle? I mean, that gives you, as far as your best chance in the lottery, you want to be kind of, you want to compete for the play-in, right?
Right.
Best of both worlds.
That's it.
Yeah, and you said this. After Beam Team, the next 2 years play-in was like, oh, play-in. Right now, play-in seems like, man, that would be great.
Right. Just any type of competitive basketball would be nice at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Whitey, I got it for you.
Okay.
The most 3-point attempts Domas averaged in his career in 2021, he was basically at 3. He was at 2.6 a game.
Let it fly.
And he shot it at 32%. Besides that, the second most, funny enough, 2024, 2025, shot it at 41%.
I know.
So he had a stint.
It's still just like, not comfortable.
So 2 years in 2021 and 2022, he was above two threes a game. And his rookie year, he was 2. Once he got to Sacramento, it just dropped to barely 1 a game.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a little something.
Yeah. You know, the conventional wisdom is that he was not necessarily a big fan of Mike Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know how they got along or what one said to the other. I know that Mike Brown was always like, well, these guys, Fox and Sabonis, they're supposed to be good every night. Oh, there's Sabonis a double-double. Well, he's supposed to be. I don't maybe Domas, maybe that wore thin. But Mike Brown did a lot for Domantas Sabonis while he was here.
Mm-hmm.
He set him up, and Sabonis did it. So the coach can set you up, but he still has to do it. So most of the credit goes to Sabonis. But Coach Brown put Sabonis in a really nice position, and that's one of the reasons why he was, second team All-League.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Look, he did it, but you can say he helped get him paid.
Yes.
He helped. Hey, if I'm Mike, I need a few bottles of vino. hey, Domas, I know we're not on the same page, but I need a couple bottles of vino. I would even say this, and we don't have to say specific names, but anybody on that team that was not a fan of Mike Brown, how do they feel now? We've talked so much about how Vivek should feel, how the fans should feel. Whoever was at that lunch table that was not on the same lunch table as De'Aaron Fox and was not a fan of Mike Brown, do they have egg on their face right now? I think they should.
It looks like it. Obviously, we just don't know why people felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. You never know. I tend to agree with you, but I will say, having not been there, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they were all about it when Doug became head coach. Hopefully that continues to be the case. But if they did move on from Doug, who knows what players at that point would still be on the team. But it would be, that's just what happens. And you got to be careful here with who deserves what type of authority. But if you're giving somebody a level of authority and you say, hey, these players aren't into it, and then you plan on moving these players, that's the type of stuff that gets Sacramento clowned.
That's another thing about competing for a wild card spot, a play-in spot next year. If you're trying to evaluate your coach, well, let's see what he can do when you're trying to win games.
Go get it.
And then if they do play well, then that, all right, we got a coach. We should keep him.
Yeah. Go get it.
Yeah.
Hey, last season was weird. Go get it this season.
Yeah, you couldn't tell anything about last year.
Right. But we know, there's no weirdness. You have to win games. So go get it.
Now, what's going on with Brandon Ayuk?
Brandon Ayuk just posted another video.
Another one?
Yeah, I posted another video. This was about a little over an hour ago. And he's talking about people being mad. And I think he's talking about the Niners.
Right. He posted one Sunday morning, right? That's the one we talked about yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, that was Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got a new one.
Yeah, and the 49ers just kind of letting him flap in the wind,
mm-hmm.
and he ain't having it. So here's what he had to say. And another thing. You want to really know why they're mad, though? They're mad because they stupid. They dumb. They mad that they paid me $50 million in 8 months and they avoided my guarantees for 2027. I'm about to be on a new team in 2027. They mad at themselves for real, acting like they're mad at me, but they stupid ass mad at theyself. End quote.
Wow.
BA.
Thank you, BA. W-Dub-G does BA.
Thank you, BA.
Part 2. They mad.
Mm-hmm.
Was that on his Instagram, Jay?
On his Instagram.
Oh, my goodness. Take the phone away.
I wish he would stop for his own sake, but now I hope he doesn't.
Oh, keep it going.
hope he doesn't.
They mad because they stupid, man.
They stupid. They mad because they paid me $50 million in 2027.
Then I saw somebody said, well, if they're stupid for paying you $50 million, then what are you for leaving the rest of it on the table?
Oh, touche.
Yeah, touche.
What's cooking? Something resembling Major League Baseball is cooking in the desert, but I don't know what the hell it is. We'll look at that coming up on Sactown Sports.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles. Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
The Steel City comes to town as the A's host the Pittsburgh Pirates for a thrilling 3-game series starting Monday, June 15th. Kick off the week with an exciting Monday matchup, followed by special theme nights and exclusive ballpark giveaways all midweek long. Don't miss your chance to catch rare interleague action right here in Sacramento, where the A's take on the Pittsburgh Pirates starting Monday, June 15th. Get tickets now at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies. All sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey,
we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Order up, Sacramento.
And for you, sir?
I will have the gabagool. The dinner bell rang, and it's time to find out what's on the menu.
Lunch? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Lunch is for whips.
So fire up the grill and crank up the burners, because it's time to find out what's cooking on the Drive Guys.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
Here's Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles.
I'll have what she's having.
I appreciate the feedback here. I did a little Brandon Ayuk today, but his is way better today. His actual.
Yeah, his
actual comments. Is that on IG? I think you said.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
And another thing, you want to know why they really mad though? They mad because they stupid. They dumb. They mad that they paid me $50 million in 8 months, and they avoided my guarantees for 2027. And I'm about to be on a new team in 2027. They mad at they selves for real. They acting like they mad at me, but they stupid ass mad at they selves.
Otherwise, they mad because they stupid.
Stop running, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, guys. It's so this
Stop
whole thing
running from the bill.
This whole thing is so confusing and convoluted because I saw somebody say, why doesn't he can put them in a worse situation if he just reports? Like he's actually, like I said, the details are making my brain hurt, but from what I've read and from what I've heard, if he shows up, that actually makes it tougher on them than if he stays away. Because I think they would be forced to release him or waive or do something, but the longer he stays away, the easier
I don't know.
it is for him.
Maybe there's already been something that's been done to the point where that's not an option for him. He's violated something or something's been agreed upon where, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Maybe he can't actually do that anymore. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous. And these are posts, too. This is not on his story. These are straight up posts, like on his timelines.
If you're the Washington Commanders, are you any less likely to bring him in now?
I mean, you should be.
Uh-huh.
That's the real thing. It's like, dude, bleep the Niners. You're putting yourself in a bad position for the future.
Right. Your judgment is something that we tend to question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't understand that one.
It's time for What's Cooking. And something resembling Major League Baseball is cooking in the desert. Last night, Milwaukee beat the A's 15-14 in 12 innings. It was kind of a travesty. 8,519 fans were there. I'm gonna attendance watch, Alan. 8,519 fans there. Las Vegas has been building us up all year. The A's are gonna be here. Las Vegas' team. Major League Baseball is here. And the first game, they got 8,000 fans there. Las Vegas right now, you know what they care about? They care about the Aces. They care about the Stanley Cup. Then they got the A's coming in.
What's the isn't that pretty close to that max attendance though?
I think it's
10 something.
Yeah, 10 standing room or standing is 10.
Yeah.
Record is 12. 8.
You know what's so funny?
I spit on 8.
Yeah. You know, a lot of
they
people
mad because they stupid.
Yeah. A lot of people said they didn't even know that the A's were doing this Vegas thing, and I guarantee you some of those people that did not know that live in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people had no clue that the A's were doing this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you can't tell because they play in a minor league ballpark anyway, so it's hard to tell the difference.
Now, you were telling me, I already knew it, but the A's playing here, as crazy as the ball tends to carry at Sutter Health Park, by Coast League standards, Sutter Health Park is like a pretty pitcher-friendly park, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty balanced between the pitching and the hitting.
Yeah, nothing like what we're seeing in Las Vegas.
Or
which
Albuquerque and the altitude.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know. And I asked you this on or before the show started. What has more of an asterisk?
Mm-hmm.
Hitting a home run off a position player. And I know it was Jonah Cox's first home run, but just in general, just an asterisk on that versus an asterisk hitting a major league home run in a minor league park, especially when that minor league park is one of the most offensive-friendly parks.
And we're talking specifically about Jonah Heim last night.
Yes.
Down 14-13 in the 10th.
Yeah.
And he hits a fly ball, and the catcher pumps his fist. Contreras like, oh, we just won, and it carries over the fence.
Yes.
Jay, what do you? I gave my answer earlier, and I'll give it again. What to you? Which deserves a bigger asterisk? Home run in a minor league park that everybody thinks is a pop out that carries over the fence to tie the game, or a guy's first major league home run that happens to come off a position player?
Yes.
Ooh. I'd probably go first home run come off the position player.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I went the other way just because I haven't seen it last night and because I'm so disgusted with the whole thing.
Sure, understandable.
It's tough. I mean, he's not even a pitcher.
I know.
That's the tough thing.
Not even a thumber.
When aided, you still hit a home run off a major league pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Your first home run off a position player, it's a rough go. It's a rough go. Jay, I wouldn't tell nobody, though. You got to look that up yourself. I'm sure that's
By the
not.
way, didn't they both happen against Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure Jonah Cox isn't the only player that has that there, because obviously he's not done playing, but the one home run they have, if you dig deep enough, was against a position player.
Watching that game last night, the atmosphere was weird, and a lot of it is just being someone who went to A's games in Oakland when I was a kid. I'm just against the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't come in with an open mind. I came in wanting to hate it, and there was a lot to despise about it. And it's just so unfair to the players and to the manager. And Major League Baseball basically is saying a lot of things that we as fans have always cared about. I've always loved baseball. Probably even before I knew what it was or could say it, I've loved baseball. And it's like a lot of things that you love about baseball, MLB is telling us, those things don't really matter to us. Yeah. As long as we're going to make money down the road, we don't really care what you think of this situation. We got a team, they don't have a city. They don't even, they're the ATH. They don't have a city affiliation. But, we're making more money this way, so that's what we're going to do. And it's a travesty, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah. And from the player perspective, I've been tough on my guy Law Dog, Lawrence Butler, because he got that contract and he's been struggling a little bit. And again, not to bring up the whole word of excuses with Mike Brown and the fouls, but you also got to think, some of these guys aren't hitting well or up to their standards, but they're in Sacramento. They're on the road normally. They got to go to Vegas randomly for a couple games for really absolutely no reason. They are just not putting the players in their thought process really at all.
Right.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the A's fans out there, and I saw somebody respond earlier on the text line when we were talking about their pitching. If you're going to put it was 15-14.
Right.
I understand the A's don't have a good pitching staff, but then you're going to take that bad pitching staff to Vegas? Like, what are we talking about?
11 home runs in the game.
It's a lot. Kyle Harrison went 2 1/3. And, Jeffrey Springs did make it 5, but he gave up 5 earned runs. Just all over the place.
Yeah,
man.
and this is a team, this A's team has a chance to be in the postseason. They're 31-35, but wild card wise, and it does look like things are starting to kind of slip away from them.
And they
they're
a
game
lost.
and a half out of the last wild card.
And they lost on top of all that.
Yeah.
And they ended up losing the game.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were up. I think they were up 2 runs in the ninth. I think they were up 2 in the ninth. And Milwaukee tied the game, and then it's just insane game.
Yeah, and it's so funny. They're probably thinking, man, if we were at a normal park, we'd probably win that. Milwaukee's probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It ain't right, and it hasn't been right since they decided we're going to find reasons to leave Oakland. The whole thing has been shady, and there's still part of me that wishes Sacramento had never, ever gotten involved with John Fisher and the A's and whatever this is that they're perpetrating upon Major League Baseball and the good baseball fans that still give a damn.
I got nothing there.
I agree with you.
And Giants back at it, trying to bounce back tonight.
Yeah.
After former Giant Sean Estes on NBC Sports Bay Area went all in on Tony V.
He did, and I was happy that he did. I was proud of Sean how he did it, Mr. Estes. But the other problem is too, it just gets to a point, Whitey, where Vitello isn't doing the best, or he's doing the best he can, and maybe that's not good enough. But Buster really left him out hanging to dry with this bullpen situation.
When we come back, we have the list of the invitees to the NBA Draft Green Room. We'll take a look, see if you're on it. When we come back, wrap things up. Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Come for the sports talk. Stay for the food critiques.
They make such a big deal out of Whataburger and their little spicy ketchup. Whataburger is the Big Lebowski of fast food hamburger joints. And In-N-Out Double-Double is the Shawshank Redemption of fast food burgers.
And the movie reviews are an added bonus. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Today, we're talking about how you don't have to earn more when you can save more. Okay, so you brought me this stat. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. That seems surprising.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I thought, okay. But when the experts at HarrisX broke it down, it was true for millions of families.
They have a 5-year price guarantee on experience plans and America's Best Network, plus lower bills. I'm not hearing any sacrifice here.
Which is what people need right now. Reliability, predictability. Affordable wireless service isn't a perk. It's a difference. And listeners, if you don't believe me, you can check it out at tmobile.com/switch.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. For more details, see harrisx.com/T-Mobile-bills.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Typically, a high handicapper carries an index of 20 or more. Golf Monthly's Barry Plummer offers 4 tips if you're tired of that high handicap. First, choose the right equipment. Invest in a 5-wood, which is more forgiving than a 3-wood or 3 hybrid. It's a much better option for getting the ball in the air. Second, play for bogey on par 5s. Break the longer holes into manageable chunks, perhaps aiming to hit the green with 4 easy swings while also navigating away from the trouble along the way. 3, leave the sand wedge in the bag for chipping. Up and down percentages are almost twice as good when chipping a 9-iron over a sand wedge, and 3.5 times better with the putter. And finally, stop leaving your putts short. A 20 handicapper leaves 55% of their missed putts short of the hole. Give yourself a chance with every attempt and don't leave another putt short. Try these simple tips and let's see whether your handicap starts to come down. And have some fun out there. That'll help too. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
When MLB/the A's set up the Las Vegas series, they didn't realize that the Golden Knights are going to be in the Stanley Cup Finals on the same night. So I wonder if that'll impact attendance at your favorite minor league ballpark. Las Vegas, the cleverly named, if I'm not mistaken, Las Vegas ballpark.
I just thought it looked cool when I saw it.
I don't have any issue with that. Seriously.
I never saw it before.
I know, and that's not what I'm talking about at all. So I'm not like coming after you with anything I said. I understand what you're saying, and I don't have an issue with it.
You know, because they had, tables in the back. Because you got to make that stuff cool because it's minors, so you're trying to encourage people to go.
Tables in the back is what made it cool?
I think they had tables in the back, behind the fence.
Okay.
It reminds me of really nice college fields.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
Tables in the back.
Tables, yeah. You have a meal.
Uh-huh.
We watch a game. It doesn't. The aviators have nothing to do with this. They're innocent bystanders.
I really don't know. I had some of it on. I had a hard time watching it. I don't know if the crowd was really into it. Obviously, there was a lot to get excited about.
Are they
7 home run or 11 home runs?
Yeah, and I would assume. I don't know how traffic is probably
a lot
not
of
gonna be
Brewers
great.
fans there. We have the first wave of 2026 draft green room invitees. It went out today. Here's who we have on it. No surprises. You tell me, Alan. Stop me if there's anybody on here where you say, "Nah, I would not have invited him." AJ DeBonsa, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, Caleb Wilson, Keaton Wagler, Kel Brown Jr., Darius Acuff Jr., Adai Mara, Kareem Lopez, Kingston Flemings, Nate Ament, Braden Burries, Christian Anderson Jr., and your guy, LeBaron Philon. Doesn't mean they won't invite more, but that's the first list that went out.
Yeah, Christian Anderson is
interesting.
Is projected to go 21st. He's a sophomore out of Texas Tech, point guard 6'2". So that's a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so you didn't say Dalen Swain, Cameron Carr,
and again, they still could be.
Did you say Kareem Lopez?
Yes.
Okay. Did you say Yaxel?
I did not.
Nah, he wasn't invited yet.
See,
he will be.
So what are they doing it in waves?
Yes.
Why?
I
don't have that answer.
I don't know if they're like trying to check with them. So who is that clown on the Raiders that didn't even go to the draft? They want to avoid that.
Who, Fernando?
Yeah, it's the guy.
He's getting ready.
I know.
Yeah. He's getting ready.
No, that was cool. I know his mom can't travel, and he was there for his mom.
He's getting ready for a big season.
Uh-huh.
It's a big season for the Raiders.
What do you think, Jay? You think Fernando's a truck or a trailer right now?
He's a U-Haul.
Right now. Right now. Just wait.
And he's the one that you connect. He's not even the big one. Like, he's the one that you drive your little motorcycle up on.
Okay. Just wait.
Put it in the back of your truck, connect the little wire.
3 years from now. 3 years. Give me 3 years.
He's the 1999. The 1999.
Give me 3 years.
They bless you with free mileage, too.
Okay. Give me 3 years. And we back.
3 years?
Back where? Back where you started?
Back where, in our rightful place, the top of the NFL world.
3 years. Okay.
Well,
you're saying to win it all in 3 years.
Yeah, like a pyramid, not the tippy top, but the upper echelon.
Trending. 3 years and we'll be trending in the right direction.
3 years.
You watch.
3 years playoffs will be a given. How about that? 3 years playoffs will be, we're back. Yeah, it's just a matter of wild card or division. Mahomes will be old by then.
Kareem Lopez is working out. Who just invited? Who just invited Kareem Lopez? The Nets.
The Nets battling Kareem Lopez, according to Kevin O'Connor. Well, Kareem Lopez was on the show, and he said, "I'm going out there with Nate Ament."
Ooh.
So we need that tape. I need that tape. We waiting for the Kings, and that's also interesting, guys. I know schedules have to work and things like that, but how much it matters who you want to see at certain times or who you want to see them with. Kareem Lopez is a guard, I believe.
No.
Kareem Lopez?
He's a front court player.
Kareem Lopez?
Yeah.
Kareem Lopez, kind of a guard, kind of guard adjacent. Yeah, small forward.
Yeah, he's a front court player.
Oh, you know what? I was thinking Sergio in the second round.
Sergio Delaria?
Yeah, Sergio Delaria.
Yeah.
So you got Kareem, who can't shoot either, taking on Nate Ament. I like that.
Somebody in the morning show, I don't know if it was Dave or Jason or Chris or somebody who texted in, pointed out that you can't spell Sacramento without Ament.
That was Dave?
He said it, but I don't know if he came up with it. But anyway, that's your guy, right? I thought you would like that because
you do need a point guard at some point. But I like Nate Ament. I just wish I liked him more.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. If the Nets want to, he could be the guy where everyone says, man, this was really dumb. Hey, you know why they mad? Because they stupid and didn't take Nate Ament.
Who are you if you could invite anyone in? Scott Perry says.
They mad because they stupid.
Stupid. They're mad because they stupid.
And he's just at home. You know what? Let me fire this up one time. I got more.
They're mad because they stupid.
He said, and another thing.
Yeah.
Like he picked up, he just was talking.
Yeah.
No, that was 2 days yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you know what
also,
it is? Like when you're in an argument with somebody and you should have had a better comeback.
Yeah.
Then you're driving home. Man, I should have said that. He woke up. He said, no, I got more. You know what else? They stupid. Wow.
Scott Perry says, look, Al, my guy.
Yeah, what's up, Scott?
Alain.
Alan.
Alan.
Alan is a legit Alan.
We want the guys that you think are A, going to be there, B, that we need to look at, invite them to a workout here at the Gold One Center. Who are you inviting?
For
the
first
Kings.
rounders?
Well, yeah, with that 7th pick.
Okay, at 7, yeah, let's just go.
Because, the Clippers are having that workout. Who is it with the Clippers? They're going to have, is it Wagler?
Yeah, I think Acuff.
Acuff. Yeah.
And Burries, yeah.
Burries and I think Brown.
Yeah, you know where I'm going, Whitey. I'm going Michael. It's guys that, I feel like I know a good amount of Kingston, but I probably would just go with the 4 of them, but I'd put Burries in there. I would say, hey, I need to see Acuff. I need to see Flemings. I need to see Burries. I need to see Michael. And Keaton, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So those just the classics. But then I would throw LeBaron in there just to see how that looks.
Jay, do you know, is there anything that a team thinks about in terms of we don't want to invite anybody who's not going to show up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want it to reflect poorly.
Have a bad look.
Yeah.
Scott Perry cured all of that for us, right?
I know. That was an issue before he got here the first time.
That's interesting. I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
Yeah. Well, no one's going to go, well, we didn't invite him because he's going to stand us up. But I wonder.
Yeah. And, and hopefully it wouldn't get out, but it probably would nowadays. I'd also want to see Cameron Carr and Dalen Swain. That's what I'm good with. And I throw Nate Amen in there. I got to see my boy Nate.
Yeah.
So that I got some forwards. Got some forwards. I got some guards. So let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And Maxime, get out there. Let's see how you do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how you do.
Well, I don't know if he's there yet, but I think he's going to be playing for France.
Right.
So I think he's going to be part of the California Classic.
Yeah, Dylan, get out there. Let's see how you do. There's too many names in the second round. Yeah, Sergio. They don't got Sergio going to the Kings anymore. Now he's going to the Celtics.
Yeah, you're a big fan of the center from Italy, right?
Luigi? Nah,
Sfigo?
Luigi not getting a call.
He fell off your list?
Nah, Luigi's not getting a call. I'm sorry,
happened?
Luigi.
I still see him linked to the Kings, here and there in mocks.
I saw some tape. He just needs more time. That's how I'll put it. He needs a little bit more time.
Where does he need, the most work? Did you find that his defense was lacking or shooting or?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so he's not the guy. I don't want to.
You know what? For what? I don't know. The only thing I would say, Whitey, I would say this, and I know I was joking about Luigi before, but if you believe in what you have built in Stockton, that would be a pick. I know, sometimes weird stuff happens in the second round. Oh, they picked them and stashed them, but now he can go to Greece or, something like that. If you believe in your G League, maybe you do take Luigi and you say, hey, go cook in the G League. And we'll see you in a couple years. I don't think that's crazy because the Kings have shown, out of all the things that they get bagged on about, their G League program and the Stockton Kings, they're top notch. So that's the only thing.
They win, and I don't mean this as a criticism. I mean it as an observation. You can put players in your G League that you're trying to develop and you're concerned with how good the players are, or you can try to put together a team that's going to have success, and they're not always the same thing.
Yes. Yeah, and some of the
when you have like Scalabissier on your team, like that's more. Oh, we want to win games, than it is. Oh, we're hoping that he can.
The Elmores of the world, guys like that. But I still think it's a solid organization and a solid program. And if you like Luigi and you don't want to miss on him, then take a swing. But with Dylan and you still got Sabonis, I personally wouldn't.
We'll wrap it up with this. Dean, with this question. It's a question that a lot of people are asking. Where are the high-profile draft players working out in Sacramento?
Hold on.
Stay tuned.
Soon.
Yeah.
Soon.